What's up, geeks and gamers? It's Jeremy coming to you with another late live stream video. And today we have a few things to talk about. Thank you for joining us. I see you in the chat. Let's see, that's Emperor Tyresis. Is that how I say it? Tyresis? Correct me if I'm wrong. Thank you for joining us. Let me see. I'm tweeting this out right now. We're live. Boom. So anyway, how's everyone doing tonight? I'll wait and give everyone time to get in here, see how you're all doing. Tyrese, got you. So Emperor Tyrese. So thank you for joining us. Alejandro, what's up? Alejandro says, Hey, Jer Binks. Misa live streaming tonight. Thank you for joining us. Appreciate that. And let's see how many people we can get. Taco Jim is in here. Pickle Nate. Geez, it's late. Yeah, we had a late live stream last night. So it was a lot of fun. Jay Smith says, hey, Jeremy. Hello, Jay Smith. How are you? Yeah, it's always late. We did a late live stream last night, and it went pretty well. So many people asked if we would do it again tonight. So I said, well, why not? Let's do it. Let's do it. Rob Liefeld with a Trump avatar says, your Twitter brought me here. That's good to know. Yeah, that's really the only reason I use Twitter, because nobody gets notifications otherwise, it seems like. Voice of Judgment says, love what you do, Jeremy. Keep it up, brother. Thank you. Alejandro says, flying to Maui tomorrow morning for a week-long vacation. Have to be up by 3 a.m. And as my flight leaves at 7. We'll have a great trip, Alejandro, to Maui. That sounds amazing. You can't beat it. A week-long vacation in Maui. That's pretty damn awesome. You're in Destin right now. That's awesome. Destin is beautiful. Destin's about hour and a half, 2 hours from me. Destin is super beautiful. So that's awesome. Jay Smith saw the notification and title and thought, oh boy. Yeah, I'll dive right into some of the details as soon as we get a few more people in here. And Richard says, I got the first like. That's what's up. Taco Jim, you're in Gulf Breeze. Sweet. That's really close to me. Let's see. Ladoran 2002. Good evening from the night shift. Thank you so much for the super chat. Really appreciate that. Yeah, we do have a few things to talk about. I just uploaded a video talking about this James Gunn situation. It's pretty crazy. Let's see. I've downloaded the original NPR BBC Star Wars trilogy radio dramas to listen to while on the flight. Hell yeah, that's what I'm talking about. We'll have a safe trip, and I hope it is. There's no way it can't be great. It's going to be amazing. So, wish you the best on that. So, ON30650 says, hey, Jeremy, what's up? Not much. We're just going to do a little late night live streaming for all of you. Like we did last night. It went really well. And Taco Jim says, awesome. That's cool. Lone Wolf 68. Hey, Jeremy, just joined your chat. Thank you for joining the chat, Lone Wolf 68. Great to see you here. The Mr. Pete channel needs 400 subs, says, hey all. All right. So now we're getting a few more people in there. Hey, Jeremy, much love from Saskatchewan. Oh, that's so cool, man. It's so cool that we have people from all over the world joining the live stream just to chat and hang out. That really means a lot. So let's see. DeWitt says, I'm going to climb a mountain. Going to be gone for 6 weeks. Going to miss the streams. Wow. That's awesome, though, man. I mean, that's really cool. I mean, there'll be plenty of backlog for you once you get back. But that's badass right there. That's a grown-ass man right there. So that's pretty damn cool. So VP021 says, let us hear Jer Binks, Misa here, Misa live stream for all of you. Misa live stream. What's up, geeks and gamers? Misa live stream coming to you with Misa another video. Let's see. Hello from San Jose. Awesome. Idaho, Toronto. Richard says it's 6 a.m. and Jeremy streaming. Who needs sleep? Exactly. No, but I don't want you to miss any sleep on my account. Please don't. CO Wesley says, hey, Jeremy, what's up? Not much. Thank you for joining us. Let's see here. Oh, and check it out. Detroit's in the house. So Ivan and myself have decided that we are going to do this Disney World trip. We're going to go down there. We're going to vlog all of the parks. I'm going to give you my perspective on it. Ivan's going to film it, and it's going to be cool. We will do some live streaming, but for the most part, it's going to be us actually recording the footage, and then Ivan's going to edit it and things like that. So looking forward to that. It's going to be a lot of fun. So let me see here. See, Voice of Judgment coming to you from Indy. Boring. I live 10 minutes from Indianapolis 500 racetrack. It's about the best thing I got. Indy Motor Speedway, man. That's awesome, though. It's badass. So do you play Galaxy of Heroes, Star Wars? I have not. I think that's like a mobile game. I'm not a big mobile gamer. I'm not saying I won't, but I don't really get into mobile games, handheld games, things like that. So, yeah, just don't do it. So let me see. Kentucky in the house. John Solo says, no sleep here. Excited for vacation. The family will be listening in for your content this weekend. Well, thank you. That's awesome. Thank you so much. I appreciate that. That means a lot. Let's see. Zach Piggins, do you like the Nintendo Switch? I don't like the Nintendo Switch. I love the Nintendo Switch. It is amazing. It's my favorite system, but I don't really use it as a handheld device. It generally stays right there in the docking station and right there hooked up to my TV. The availability to take it anywhere you want to go is great. It's just not a feature that I utilize because, again, I just want to sit in front of my TV and play video games. So, people who only play mobile games are not considered to be gamers. Well, I don't agree with that necessarily. Because there's always this discussion of who's a gamer, what's a gamer, are Nintendo gamers, are PC gamers, or PlayStation, Xbox. I mean, you game. It's all good to me. I don't really care. I don't really break it down like that. If you like games, you like games. If you don't, you don't. That's really how I look at it. So, Jeremy, what's your favorite game currently? So you're talking about like currently that I'm playing on a consistent basis is Titanfall 2. I love Titanfall. It's like, yeah, it's easily Titanfall. So, no doubt about that. My Switch rarely leaves its dock. Yeah, same here. So, hello, Jeremy. So, Bree2Bree3. Hello, Jeremy. Missing the pink shirt. Oh, the pink shirt will return. There's no doubt about it. Max Frenchie, what about Zelda? Well, yeah, I mean, I love Zelda. Breath of the Wild is one of my favorite games ever. I'm not currently playing it right now because, number one, my daughter played it my daughter put like hundreds of hours into that game. I never could get it from her. But I don't, with me right now, I'm so busy with so many things going on with Geeks and Gamers and all this stuff. I typically just play games that don't really require a lot of like sitting down and thinking because I have so many things. My phone never stops. It's always ringing. I'm always getting messages. I'm always getting emails. I'm always looking for what I can cover on the YouTube channel. So when I play games, games like Titanfall. I can just turn a game on. I can play a quick match online. I can play Rocket League. I love playing Rocket League. If I just want to wind down for 20 minutes, I just turn Rocket League on. I have Rocket League for the Switch, the PS4, and the Xbox One. Obviously, Mario Kart 8 anytime. I'll jump on my Super Nintendo Classic or my Nintendo Classic. So that's just kind of that's the only thing I really play right now. I can't really dedicate the time to sit down and play a game like Breath of the Wild or Knights of the Old Republic, which I would love to dive deeper into. I just don't have the time right now. Just don't do it. Let's see. Jeremy, I recently heard that Disney does not own the live streaming rights for the first 6 Star Wars movies. Is true? Yes, currently it is not true. Or yes, currently it's true. They don't have the rights, and I guess they're gonna continue negotiating this and figure it out. I haven't read all the details about it. That's one of those stories that there's always stories to cover, and that's one of the few stories that kind of got past me, and I didn't really have time to look into that one. So, but I did hear that it is true. I just don't know all the details of it. So, did you ever play Crash Team Racing? Yes, love Crash Team Racing. Crash Team Racing is amazing. It's one of my favorites. I love kart racing games. So anytime there's a kart racer game, I will try it. Obviously, I love all the Mario Kart games. I love Crash Team Racing. what was that one game? Mod Nation Racers. I thought Mod Nation was fantastic. All the customization, you could build your own tracks. So Mod Nation was actually really cool. So Mario Kart's the king. Diddy Kong Racing is another one of my favorites. I love the Sonic Racing All-Stars transformed game. That was a really, really underrated game. Nikki Walters is going to be streaming Knights of the Old Republic on this channel very soon. Okay, so everybody's I usually wait for a lot of people to get in here, but it's midnight. I don't know if we're going to get many more people in here. So yeah, so if you're not caught up on what's going on, James Gunn, Marvel is reportedly trying to negotiate and ask Disney to rehire him. And obviously that's Kevin Feige that's sitting down with Disney and begging them to say, hey, look, my entire cast is pissed. Batista's threatening to walk. This is a nightmare for me. Can you please help me out here? So Kevin Feige, it looks like, is talking to Alan Horn, who fired James Gunn, and I guess he's asking if they will rehire him. This is a big problem for Disney. This is a massive problem, and I don't know how they're going to get out of this one. So, yeah, I don't know what they're going to do. I made a video about it. I just uploaded the video so you can kind of see my full thoughts on the situation. But, yeah, it's pretty wild right now. Pretty wild. So as I said in my video, I think he should have been fired, and I do not think he should be rehired. That's my opinion. I know every time I talk about this James Gunn situation, where I get people coming after me left and right, it pisses people off that I say he should have been fired, that he should still be investigated. I stand by my words, and that's exactly how I feel. And then if he's investigated and nothing comes of it, then so be it. Nope, it is what it is. He's just got a really sick, messed up sense of humor, I guess, that I just can't understand. So, all right, where are we at here? I'm looking. So I guess are y'all discussing Roseanne? Yeah. I mean, yeah, if Gunn gets rehired, then they should rehire Roseanne too. Damn hypocrites. Look, it's all about political nonsense right now. If you lean the political way, they will overlook so much. But if you are in favor of the politics that they're not, then you're on a short leash. And if anybody doesn't understand that, then you're not paying attention. That's just how it is. That's exactly how it is. There's no way in hell that any of these people that are attacking Trump on a consistent basis in Hollywood could have gotten away with it by attacking Obama. They just couldn't have done it. Just wouldn't have. It's that simple. And that's not to say Hollywood's the only hypocritical thing in the world. Pretty much everybody is at some point in time, but don't act like it doesn't exist, because it absolutely does. It absolutely does. So, how about old school video game? Are you asking like some of my favorite old school games? My favorite old school game, depending on what you define as old school, but I mean, my second favorite all-time game is Super Mario World on the Super Nintendo. Pretty much everything on the Super Nintendo, because Super Nintendo is my favorite system ever. But I mean, right here, I have a Super Nintendo, an N64, a Sega Genesis, an Atari 2600, a Dreamcast, and a GameCube. So, I mean, I'm a big old school gamer. I prefer old school games to the new generation or current gen systems, or whatever you want to call it. The Super Nintendo will always be my favorite system. So, yeah, I mean, I'm going to give this Zach Pickens a little bit more room. I mean, he's the guy that I had to destroy last night because he was so butthurt, because he's so offended that I'm a Trump supporter. I don't know what upsets SJWs more, the fact that I'm a Trump supporter or the fact that I don't give a fuck that it makes them mad that I'm a Trump supporter. I don't know. So they're so used to using that as a weapon. And it's so funny to me. It's like just their crying and whining is hilarious to me. So I'm going to give this Zach guy a little bit longer. And if he keeps pissing me off, then I'm just going to kick his ass out of here. He's probably just some bot troll anyway. So look, it's your privilege to be part of these discussions, okay? And if you want to come in here and have a debate with our community and have interactions, that's fine. If you want to be a dick bag, if you want to be a pork wallet, then I'll treat you like a pork wallet. It's that simple. Don't be a pork wallet. Pork wallets are not allowed here. Okay. This is not a democracy. Okay. This is a dictatorship. And if you want to be a pork wallet, I will kick your ass out. It's that simple. Hashtag pork wallet. So, no, I'm actually paying attention to people bitching because you're being such a dipshit, throwing false accusations around. So anyway, let's move on. I like the hashtag pork wallet, by the way. Good job on that one. Alexander says, Rant Jeremy is the best, Jeremy. This better not be pork. Yes, hashtag pork wallet. That's our thing here. Okay. If people are being a douchebag, they're pork wallets. It's that simple. Pork wallet. And use your imagination a little bit. You should be able to figure out what a pork wallet is. But I definitely don't want to turn this into a full-fledged political discussion at all. So I'm not going to. I'm moving away from the politics. But bottom line, and the reason that came up was the Roseanne situation. And yeah, I would love to have seen this type of support for Roseanne, but you can't respect women if they're on the opposite political side, I guess. It's respect women unless they disagree with us. And then we treat them like, third-rate citizens, because that's how it happens in Hollywood. So the pork menace. And it looks like a lot of you enjoyed my PewDiePie video. I thought PewDiePie was actually great today when he even re-trolled again with his title to his video, sponsored by the USA. I thought that was fantastic. And let me do one more tweet to see if we can get a few more people in here, and then we're going to get back into the discussion. I'm glad you guys want to talk old school video games, by the way. We're live. Boom, boom, boom. Okay. Jeremy, if they rehire Gunn to finish Guardians of the Galaxy 3 and forced him to take an Alan Smithy for it, would you be upset? I don't even know what that means. I have no idea what that means. What is an Alan Smithy? I have no idea. Another Jeremy alter ego, ranting Jeremy. Hey, there's going to be another Twitter account for ranting Jeremy, I guess now. So, where is Happy Jeremy? Happy Jeremy was the one you saw during the announcement of the Clone Wars returning. That was Happy Jeremy right there. And by the way, I'm gonna try to knock out a review for the Meg. I'm gonna go see the Meg tomorrow, which I'm actually not even looking forward to that movie because I hated the trailer. And Slender Man, I think that's what it's called. So I'm gonna try to get both of those knocked out tomorrow and have a review for you tomorrow night or early Saturday. Also, I don't think it's confirmed, but I think we have an agreement that Doomcock will be on Sunday afternoon live on the Geeks and Gamers channel. I think we're going to go for Sunday afternoon. So I will let you know for sure. Boop, boop, boop. You said pupes. No, I said pewds, Stephen Embry. I said pewds, like Pewds, pewds. Because that's kind of what people call him for short. Let's see. Mark 115. Anyone else think Jeremy looks like Jamie Cook from Arctic Monkeys? I just saw them live, and all I saw was Geeks and Gamers. I don't even know who that is. I don't know if that's a compliment or a bad thing. So whoever Jamie Cook from Arctic Monkeys is, I don't know who that is, though. Angel Butler says, you said pubes. Quit summoning Gunn with pubes talk. Oh, man. That's funny. I'd rather have Darth Jeremy. Maul face paint. Well, that's going to be Anna's going to have to do the Maul face paint. So let's see. Alonzo Luna says, I like you're a Trump supporter. Well, I appreciate that. And again, I don't care if anybody isn't one. That's really not what it's about. So I like people that are just tolerant of others. That's all. Alan Smithy is the official synonym for used by film directors who wish to disown a project. So basically like a ghost director almost, like they're going to like let him do it, but he'll be like a ghost director almost. I don't know, man. This whole situation, like I said, this is a complicated situation for Disney. So let's see. He's a good-looking guy. He's a man's man lead guitarist. It was a compliment. Love your stuff. All right, I like it. Then I like it. I get a lot of people saying a lot of different things about me. People, and I'm not even going to name all the names that people say. Some of them are good, some of them are bad. But it's all fun for me to hear it. Let's see. Damn, not notified for the stream. I'm late, says Hologram Nunchuck. Yeah, I can't figure out these notifications. I don't know what's going on. So many people, I've sent screenshots to people saying that they, that where people say like I've checked the bell, I've been notified, and I haven't gotten a notification in 2 weeks. That's the only reason I have a Twitter account is to notify people. That's the only reason. So, let's see. Greetings from Sweden. Keep up the good work. Thank you so very much. Appreciate that. The fact that we have people watching from all over the world, man, so good. So, Poke Fan PB, I was in EVS's live stream. Yeah, I think, is EVS still live streaming? Yeah, I think he's got his Comics Gate going on. So, are you excited for the Darth Vader fan film by Star Wars Theory? He's spending so much on it, and I'm sure the quality is going to be fantastic. Actually, yes. And I actually talked to Star Wars Theory last night, finally, for the first time in forever. And just because I just decided to message him. The guy is so busy. He will be on this channel at some point, but we're not gonna schedule anything right now. He has a lot going on. He has a lot on his plate. But he will be on the channel at some point down the road, but we're not ready to make any commitments or anything like that. So, but just to update you guys, because I know everybody's been asking me about this. And so it will happen at some point, but not right now. He's got a lot on his plate, and I'm super excited for his Vader fan film. It's going to be awesome. So, all right. I love your intro when you say video. Ivan says, I hope he hires me to edit that film. I can have a word with him, Ivan. He does have a director he's hired recently, but I can have a word with him for you, buddy. So I just informed everybody that we have decided we are going to do this Disney World thing where we're going to go down there and film a lot of footage, and it's going to be pretty cool. So Brighton Cherry says, proper Jeremy is one of the greatest heels in wrestling history. I am not a heel. I am not part of a foot. I don't know what you're talking about, but that sounds very offensive and disrespectful. So, yes, Ivan, super excited about this. Super excited. Ivan, can you edit the movie and build the wall at the same time? Will you see Guardians of the Galaxy 3 if Gunn is rehired? That's a great question that I cannot answer. I can't answer that one right now. I'm not willing to say a definitive answer one way or the other, because between now and then, a lot more is going to come out. So hypothetically, between now and then, if he's investigated and it's just nothing, and the guy's got like a squeaky clean, history, then he's just an effed up individual. But at the same time, if he gets rehired and then something more comes out, then obviously, I'd have the decision to make. So I don't know. I don't know. I don't have an answer. That's a tough answer. So, wait, no, proper Jeremy is just John Cena. Never mind. Proper Jeremy doesn't like pro wrestling. Proper Jeremy likes women's golf. Hey, regular Jeremy likes golf. Okay. Now, and I will say, when Michelle Wee is golfing, I do like women's golf, because Michelle Wee is hot. So, let's see. In Dub, thank you for the super chat. Why is Disney willing to meddle in Marvel internal affairs to get rid of Gunn, but not Lucasfilm to get rid of Rian Johnson and Kathleen Kennedy? Holy hell, that's a fantastic question. I will say, with the James Gunn situation, it was a little more it was a little more than just creative stuff going on. It had to do with a much more serious situation and potential allegations that were going to be levied against, the company. And so I think that had a lot to do with it. But make no mistake. And again, look, guys, 4 months ago, I made a video titled, "Where in the World is Kathleen Kennedy?" I had one of our editors take the Where's Waldo outfit and put it on Kathleen Kennedy. 4 months later, and I was talking about she hasn't done an interview. She hasn't said anything publicly. She won't comment on anything. 4 months later, she still has not said a word. Like I don't think she's in power anymore. I really don't. She might be, but if she's still in power, she is the worst CEO in the history of CEOs. I mean, it's really bad. This is bad. So, but it's a good question, Ndub. I just don't have the answer. But like I said, I would think that because it had a lot more to do, like this wasn't a creative choice or anything like that. Like everything right now with Lucasfilm, unless you want to bring up the thing about how they're treating the fans online, and that's true. But most of the problem, at least they're dealing with right now, is creative decisions, whereas this James Gunn situation was far beyond creative. AJ Goes Films. Hey, Jeremy. Oh, man, I lost it. Hey, Jeremy, what's up? Can't sleep. A normal person with common sense doesn't give a shit that you support Trump. Looking forward to the Vader fan film. Thank you so much. That is exactly right. AJ Goes Films is 100% spot on. Normal people, like, we don't really care what your politics are. Like, we don't define people on their politics. We don't define people on their race or their religion or their, flavor of ice cream. Like, we don't do that. Crazy SJWs do that. They sit around and they judge you on these stupid little things that don't matter. Like, oh, you supported this person? I can't talk to you. Oh, you like the color blue? Oh, I'm so offended by that. Like that's SJW logic. Like, I don't care who you voted for. I really don't. In all honesty, I prefer people that disagree with me in life anyway, because it's boring agreeing. It just is. And I like debating. But AJ Goes Films, appreciate the super chat and the love and the comments. So John Solo 2187. Thanks for reading my regular comments through. I can't always contribute. I thank you for what you do. I wanted to hear you say killing Kennedy or Kennedy. Killing Kennedy. I had to think about how I was saying that. And yeah, I mean, I don't want everybody to think that I'm not going to read regular comments, because I want to read as many as I can. Obviously, we have to take super chats into consideration because people are paying their good money for it. But yeah, I mean, I read all the comments. I try. That's why so many times I'm reading something out loud, I'm still trying to read other comments while I'm doing it. Just because I'm trying to keep up with the conversation and see what you guys are saying. The Flexington, if you had to choose James Gunn or Darth Jar Jar, Darth Jar Jar every time. Darth Jar Jar, just not Representative Binks. Can't deal with Representative Binks from the Clone Wars. Let's see. Jason Bourne says, Jeremy definitely reads normal comments. Yes, he does. Yes, he does. Let's see. None of these comments are normal. That's why I like you, Jeremy, a.k.a. the J-Dog, G&G, says Ndub. Thank you so much. Now, Zach Pickens is saying I'm a great guy now. And I don't know if you're being sarcastic or not, but I can appreciate sarcasm. So even if you don't mean it, I can appreciate the sarcasm. So, shit, none of us are normal. This is true, Stephen Walton. None of us are normal here. If we were, we wouldn't be on the internet at midnight talking about Marvel and Star Wars. And that's why we're awesome, because we're not normal. Let's see. I'm looking. Kego Rogers, make Jeremy great again. Arkansas is going to stomp Alabama in football. Stephen Embry is now banned from the chat. So everyone pay your respects to Stephen Embry. He is no longer allowed here due to hate speech. I am YouTube, and I can determine what hate speech is because I am the man. I'm kidding. All right. Anthony R., I honestly don't know what to think anymore about the situation. I really hope Gunn didn't actually live out those actions and he was just being stupid, but he should be investigated to be sure. 100% agree with you, Anthony R. Thank you for the super chat. Thank you for joining us. Thank you for supporting us. And thank you for your thoughts. And I agree. Look, man, I mean, I get the slippery slope that I'm on. I truly understand. I try to think of everything I say. Look, bottom line, and this is a spoiler alert for all normal people out there, because regular people understand, okay? But normal people, I see there's a difference between regular and normal. Normal people are people that just are in bed right now and, I guess they don't watch adult films, which I don't know who those people are. But no, the point I'm trying to make is that all of us are hypocritical at some point in our lives. We just are, because we're human beings. We're always going to say something that contradicts something else. That's just what we do. I mean, I'll go, football season's here. I'm going to be watching football season, and I'm going to be screaming at my TV, telling Nick Saban how to coach football. That doesn't even make any sense. He's Nick Saban. He's forgotten more about football than I'll ever know. So that's just stupidity, because I'm a dumb fan. So I get the slippery slope I'm on when I am not happy with James Gunn's words, and then I get upset because the SJWs get mad at words. But my point is, I have never, ever, ever thought or said anything remotely close to what James Gunn has thought or said. And I have never dealt, if anybody in my life would have said those words, I would have knocked them out straight in the face, and I would have called the authorities. That type of stuff is like really effed up. It's beyond anything. And I have an effed up mind. I really do. And that is so far beyond like normal, regular behavior. And I think with the amount of tweets this guy sent out and the way he was saying it and the way he was just so like dismissive of it, like it's just a normal thing, I think you got to be investigated. I get it. Some people don't agree with me, but that's where I stand on it, man. That's where I stand on it. All right, let me see. Let's see. Zach Pickens says, you are great to people who agree with you. That wouldn't explain why I have a team at geeksandgamers.com full of people that disagree with me. So I don't understand that one. All right. Oh, boy. Alexander, so what's your take on the anthem kneeling protests? Instead of giving you an answer, I'm going to link you to my video on Sports Wars where I discussed that just a few days ago, because again, I try to keep sports off of this channel because people don't want to hear me talk about sports on this channel, and I try to listen to our audience. So that is my video, and also subscribe to Sports Wars if you are interested in more sports discussions. But to just go ahead and put it bluntly, I think the kneeling is bullshit. I think it's people that they're opportunity, like they're just taking an opportunity to use this platform to try and be woke. That's how I feel about it. I mean, if you really cared about these subjects, like 63 people got shot in Chicago last weekend. 63 people got shot in Chicago. Why aren't you kneeling about that? It just seems like a political play for me. So that's my opinion. But ultimately, I'm just to the point where I just don't care anymore. I'm just so tired of politics being in my football that I just don't care. All right, moving on from sports. Jeremy, what do you think of Star Trek Discovery, SJW Star Trek Discovery, Derek Dixon? Well, that's why I wanted to get Doomcock on Monday, but we couldn't due to our schedules. I haven't seen Discovery. I'm not a big Trek fan. I mean, I loved The Next Generation growing up. I actually like JJ's movies. I know a lot of Trek fans hate those, but I'm not a diehard Trek person, so I don't know anything about Discovery. I've never seen an episode of it. I don't like the lead female that they have in that movie, the black chick. I don't know her name. She was in Once Upon a Time. She was in The Walking Dead, and I just don't like her as an actress. I'm not a fan of her at all. So, Let's see. Doomcock broke down in his last live stream. Stay away, Jeremy. Huh? What happened? What happened with Doomcock? I'll have to check that out. I hope he's all right. Jeremy, the less you know about Discovery, the better. And then, all right, so to update, because we almost have 200 people watching right now. So to update on the story I was talking about, James Gunn, Marvel is reportedly, Kevin Feige, Marvel is reportedly talking to Disney about rehiring James Gunn. They were negotiating James Gunn's settlement for being fired and terminated from this project that he built. And apparently within those discussions, now Marvel seems to think that the best course of action is to bring Gunn back. And it's being reported that it's still a long shot. But yeah, and I made a full video on this, but it's, man, this is a problem for Disney, a big problem for Disney. And I don't know how they're going to get out of this, because no matter what they do at this point, they're going to piss off a large group of people, a large group. But in my opinion, the best thing to do is to keep him fired. Stay with his script if you want to. Leave him fired. Bring in someone that knows this material really well, like Taika Waititi, who did Thor Ragnarok, which was very similar to Guardians in tone. That's the best thing that I think you could do at this point. It's safe, but I think you got to do that. So Mike Bushnell says XFL over NFL. Bring in Ron Howard. Yeah, that's the safe choice for a lot of films right now. They are going to Jake Skywalker Picard. I've seen so many memes about that. I will say, hearing Patrick Stewart come out and making that announcement, I will say I got a lot of chills, man. It was pretty damn cool. It was pretty damn cool to hear that he's coming back. And but again, I don't watch the show. I know a lot of Trek fans hate this show, so it'll be interesting to see. Don't forget to smash that melee button if you don't mind. Thank you for joining us here tonight. Yeah, I was impressed last night that we were maintaining about 300 or 400 viewers last night after midnight. We're almost up to 200. That's awesome. That's a win as far as I'm concerned. Derek Dixon, Jeremy, you're awesome. We may not know you personally, but we all feel like you. Keep this up. It's like therapy for a lot of us. Thank you, Derek. Hearing that, man, that's the type of stuff I love to hear. I know you're not always going to agree with me. I know you're not always going to like what I say, but I feel like bottom line is a lot of people just can understand where I'm coming from in a lot of situations. Even if you don't always agree with it, you can understand where I'm coming from. And that is cool to hear. And I really do appreciate that. Let's see. Favreau should have a trilogy. Well, I'm happy that Favreau has, I'm happy that Favreau is involved in the television series, because I'll be honest with you, I'm almost at a point now. Now, I don't know how a lot of you feel about this, but I'm almost to a point where I almost prefer television series to movies right now. If it's like, I love finding that Netflix series that I haven't seen that's got like 5 or 6 good seasons, 15, 20 episodes. It's like, it's just it's a magical moment when you can find that series. It's the greatest thing ever, and then it's the worst thing ever when you end that series. You're like, what am I going to do with my life? What am I going to do with my life now? And so that's where I'm at, where if you can find a really good television series and binge through several seasons, it's just the best thing ever. So that's how I feel about it. Right now, I don't really have a go-to series at the moment. Better Call Saul, but it's on week to week right now because I'm caught up. But I love Better Call Saul. I just wish I had the entire series to binge through right now. But in dub, I think Favreau is the best option to replace Robert or RJ, Ryan Johnson. I was going to say Robert Downey Jr. Look, Favreau knows Star Wars. There's no doubt about it. Favreau definitely knows his Star Wars, and he's passionate about it, and he's a great filmmaker. We all saw what he did with Iron Man, and he pretty much got the MCU off the ground by himself. So that was great. So I would totally be fine with Favreau taking over for Ryan Johnson. Anybody at this point. anybody at this point. But Favreau's a great choice. So, Anthony R., would you prefer to go to the Old Republic or just go forward to see the Jedi rebuilt finally? I want to see how the galaxy would react to them coming back after 50 years of being gone. I want to see, like, I have played some of Knights of the Old Republic. I've played some of the Old Republic, just not enough to know a lot about it. I've dabbled in those universes. Again, it's just a time situation where I just don't have time to really dive deeper into that like I want to. So I'm familiar with the Old Republic era, and it's fascinating to me. It's fascinating to me, that era. I would love to do that. I would love to go back and revisit that so many years prior to the events of, the original trilogy and everything like that. That expands the universe like nothing. So, and a lot of people seem to think that Benioff and Weiss are they're going to be working on that. There's nothing that has pointed to that other than the fact that they're the showrunners for Game of Thrones. And you think about that type of show, and then you obviously the first thing you're going to think of is the Old Republic era. I hope that's what's happening, but I don't think Kathleen Kennedy knows what the Old Republic is. I really don't. I don't think J.J. Abrams knows. I don't think Rian Johnson knows. I don't think Rian Johnson's ever seen the original trilogy. So the fact that now obviously Dave Filoni knows, but he's not in charge of these decisions right now. So good question though, Anthony R. And again, thank you for the support, man. Really appreciate that. Jeremy, do you recommend the Netflix Marvel shows? Looking for new shows? 100%. 100%. Now, they're not all great, but I'll tell you right now, Daredevil season 1 is amazing. Daredevil season 2, I actually like Daredevil season 2 more than season 1, but season 1 is better, if that makes sense. The reason I like season 2 more is because John Bernthal's Punisher is in the first 4 episodes, and John Bernthal's Punisher is one of the best things I've ever seen in a movie or a television show. John Bernthal is a grown mother effing man. He's a badass, and you believe everything that comes out of this dude's mouth and every scene he's in. The acting is amazing. Bernthal is incredible. So big, I love Daredevil. Now, obviously, I'm going to talk about the Punisher series, but you've got to gradually get to that Punisher series. Iron Fist, I didn't like, mainly because Finn Jones is pretty bad as Iron Fist. So it's worth watching, I guess, but not for Finn Jones. I can't remember her name. She's the Asian chick, and she is awesome in Iron Fist. She's the best part of Iron Fist, and she's hot. So that's always a compliment. Luke Cage, the first half of Luke Cage, season 1, I really enjoyed, and then it fell off the map. What else am I forgetting right now? I haven't seen season 2 of Luke Cage. Jessica Jones, I did not like at all. What else? What else am I forgetting? I'm going to go back to that super chat, Wolfman Jack. Give me just a minute. I'm trying to see. What else am I forgetting on the Marvel Netflix shows? Daredevil, Jessica Jones, Iron Fist, Luke Cage. What am I forgetting? Is that it? Yeah, The Defenders. The Defenders was okay, but again, you've got to watch. I can't remember how they were released, but I can't remember how they're released, but you need to watch them in order so you can get the full context. I would recommend watching them all too. I know a lot of people that disagree with me on Jessica Jones. Kilgrave is great, which is David Tennant playing the villain. He is an awesome villain. So I think that's the rest. So, all right. Do we have a troll in here, guys? Do we have a troll? Let's see. You are intimidated by Jessica Jones because she's a powerful alcoholic woman who needs no light. Oh, let's see. So somebody named Damon is trolling. Let's see. Let me see if I can find the culprit here. Let me see. Now, don't be trolling me to tell me we have trolls. So if it's legit, let me know, because we're not going to let some asshole come in here and ruin our fun. I'm trying to find the name now. All right, so here's what I'm going to say. If you're an asshole, chill, okay? If you're an asshole, chill, okay? It's that simple. You have the right to be here, okay? But you don't have the right to piss everybody off and derail the conversation. So if enough people are getting pissed off at you, you're not worth the trouble you are creating. That's how I make these decisions. So man, if you're sending $100 super chats, then maybe you're worth the trouble. But if you're not sending any super chats and you're derailing conversation and pissing our people off, you're not worth being here. Okay, so let me see. You've derailed me from the conversation, from being an asshole. Don't do it. And if I see you, boom, you're gone. All right. Helicopter dick will come after you. Okay. It's after midnight. Okay. And if you have a mosquito dick, I will come after you with my helicopter dick and you're gone. Pork wallet, not allowed. Okay. Wolfman Jack. Malcolm's speech from Jurassic Park completely applies to Disney Star Wars. Before you even knew what you had, you patented it and packaged it and you slapped it on a plastic lunchbox. And well, now you're selling it. Beautiful, beautiful. And you're 100% right. That's one of the best lines in movie history, man. It really is. So, let's see. I'm trying to keep up with the chat. Okay, so here's Damon. He says right here. That's all I see at this point. I don't see what he's saying though. I'm trying to keep up. AJ Ghost Films. You have always made it clear about the things you talk about. SJ or Star Wars. I think you mean SJWs. Yeah, SJWs only hear what they want to hear and twist your words. They are not wired up right. This is true. This is very true. They really aren't. They really aren't. Well, see, and the thing is I'm gonna these late night videos, I'm gonna unlist them because they're gonna. A lot of these live streams kind of bog down the feed and the growth of the channel, at least from what I'm starting to understand. So I'm going to probably leave them unlisted so that they're not bogging down the channel and the feed. And I don't know if that's true. I'm just going on what other people have recommended. So I'm going to be trying. So a lot of these are going to be unlisted. So after midnight, man, I'm not going to worry about, censoring myself or anything like that. During the day, yeah, because we have a lot of parents, that watch while their kid is in the room with them or something. I'm a parent. I know how that is. I don't want my daughter hearing like all the words that I say and other people say. So I totally get it. Totally understand. All right. Oh, he shut up when he got called out. Well, you don't have to shut up. Definitely want you to, and I don't care if you're in here having strong opinions. Just saying though, if you're in here just trolling, that's a whole different ball game. And yeah, trolling is a very, very subjective term, and it really just comes down to how I feel our audience is reacting. If you're causing a lot of trouble, you're not worth the trouble. So just like we were talking to, I'm not going to call him out now, but the other guy we're talking to, he seems to be fine. He seems to be cool. At no point do I really want to kick people. I really don't. But if you're causing too much of a problem, then you got to go. You got to go. So, all right. Oh, where we at? Let me catch up here. Okay. Something awesome, spectacular. Hey, Jeremy, what do you think about Gunn possibly joining the DCEU film should they avoid controversy? The DCEU is full of controversy right now. I do not believe Ben Affleck will return as Batman at this point. I don't think Ben Affleck comes back. I think he's done. They don't really have a plan going on at the DCEU right now. The worst thing they could do is bring James Gunn in, which is probably exactly why that's what they're going to do. They probably will bring James Gunn in. So I don't know what they're thinking, but I would imagine that's probably on their short list of things to do. They're like, bro, we can bring in James Gunn. He's an awesome director. I think, but DC doesn't have that family-friendly, way of doing business like Disney does. So they could probably afford the backlash that would come along with it. So they might do it. I don't think they should, but they might. Mega Jetty 1, how do I rewatch if it's unlisted? I got to look into this. I don't know. Obviously, if you're on Twitter or something like that, you can always just go to the Geeks and Gamers channel because they all upload, and the link is gonna be there. So it's not like it's gonna be deleted or anything. I'm gonna see if I can make a playlist of these unlisted live streams so that there's a place where you can go. But the other thing I've thought about doing is just downloading it and uploading it to my personal channel, D-Day Cobra, because I don't really care about that channel in terms of what's happening with it right now. So I don't mind just throwing a 2-hour live stream on my personal channel. I've got like 1,200 subscribers over there or something like that. So I might just do that. I'm not sure yet. So I'm looking into it. So again, I never imagined having a YouTube channel growing like this one's grown. So I'm still trying to figure it all out too. So it's in your watch history, says Bree 2, Bree 3. So that's a good answer right there. It'd be in your watch history if you're signed in, obviously. Let's see. Cal Coniston says, what if they made Leia a secret Sith? I mean, they can't do that, though. They can't do that. Carrie Fisher's passed away, so I don't know what context you're talking about. Let's see. What kind of super chats are you looking for on your private channel? What are you talking about? I don't know what you mean. What kind of super chats are you looking for on your private channel? Stephen Walton, I don't understand what you're saying. You'll have to give me some more details on that. Keep us posted, says Jason Miller. I absolutely will. What do you think of Henry Cavill as Superman? I like Henry Cavill as an actor. I think Henry Cavill could be an amazing Superman, but I don't think he's been given the proper material to be a great Superman. And I know a lot of people will probably disagree with me because I know there's a lot of Zack Snyder fans out there. And I'm a Zack Snyder fan too, but I don't like Henry Cavill's. I don't like Zack Snyder's Superman, but I think Henry Cavill could be a fantastic Superman given the proper material. So let's see. Jeremy, there's so many comments coming in now. Yeah, see, I got the Man of Steel love coming in now. Oh, I was trying to make a porn cam joke. It failed. My bad. No, that's my bad. That's my bad for not catching it. Zach Pickens. Jeremy, did you like Snyder's Watchmen? I loved Snyder's Watchmen. Loved it. Think it's a fantastic movie. I love Watchmen. And here's the thing about me. I don't like watching director's cuts or extended cuts typically. So I've never watched the Watchmen extended cut. I know you're all going to tell me it's great, and I'm not saying I won't watch it because I've had so many people tell me it's how great it is. But when I see a movie in like the theatrical cuts, that's just, you see that in the theater, that's what I want to watch. And that's what I'm kind of, that's what I want to see when I rewatch it. But I've heard that the extended cut is great. But I love Watchmen. Oh, here we go. Paul McBride, my bad for missing this. If Aquaman is a success, what about a Wan Star Wars movie? I think James Wan's awesome. I've liked a lot of his movies. I'm really excited for Aquaman. I think if Aquaman is a success, I think that James Wan may start moving into that Zack Snyder role in the DCEU if Aquaman is a success. So, that's what I think. So, yeah, would I like to see him take on a Star Wars movie? Absolutely. But if Aquaman's a success, I think DC is going to try to hold on to him and elevate him within the DCEU to try to get it back on board. Yeah, and my bad, Paul McBride, for missing that super chat. So I got you now, though. Zach Pickens, I'm glad you are being respectful to me now, Jeremy. Hey, it's get what you give, man. It's get what you give. Like, you came at me the other day and throwing shade because I was a Trump supporter and that hurt your feelings. So you hit me, I'm going to hit back twice as hard. If you're nice to me, I'll be just as nice to you. That's how my mentality is. That's just how I'm built. I'm a very firm believer in an eye for an eye. So nice to me, nice to you. So now you're being cool to me, I'll be cool back to you. It's all good. That's just, how it is. You said, I just said you lacked self-awareness. But again, you said I lack self-awareness because I'm a Trump supporter. How do you know that? How do you know that? Like, you have nothing to base that off of. Zero to base that off of. If I lack self-awareness because I'm a Trump supporter, why is my community manager an LGBT Democrat who a lot of people would describe as a social justice warrior? Why is she one of the most prominent people within Geeks and Gamers if I lack self-awareness due to my politics? Why does the majority of Geeks and Gamers, my staff that I handpicked, Why do the majority of them disagree with me on almost everything I say if I lack self-awareness? Explain that. If you can make 2 + 2 = 4 in that situation, I'll let it go. So, Medium Giant says Siobhan is cool. Yes, Siobhan is cool. Siobhan is awesome. So she's the best. And again, Siobhan and I disagree on so much. You guys have no idea. Siobhan and I disagree on so much. But we have genuine respect for one another, and I'd do anything in the world for her. Anything in the world. Oh, Russian characters. Jeremy, you've been hacked. Oh, so EVS's stream ended, so now that's why we'll get an influx. So hit the like button, smash the like button if you don't mind. Thank you to all of us for joining us. We are discussing the latest Marvel Disney situation with James Gunn right now. And Disney is finding themselves in a very tough position. It's going to be difficult for them to get out of this. So the latest from Deadline is that during negotiations between James Gunn and Disney for his exit, because he's been fired from this project that he's been so heavily involved with, Marvel is now stepping into the situation and talking to Disney, which that would be Kevin Feige representing Marvel, talking to Alan Horn and Bob Iger, who obviously are his bosses at Disney, and he's asking them to rehire James Gunn because that's the best. That's the best decision for all parties. I don't know what Disney's going to do. I stand by the fact that he should have been fired, and I think he should stay fired. But Disney's in a very, very tough situation right now, and I don't know what's going to happen. I feel for them a little bit because I think they did the right thing. They did the right thing by firing him, getting rid of him immediately during Comic-Con, right before he had a public panel. And now the Guardians of the Galaxy cast is making their lives very difficult right now. And it'll be interesting to see how it all plays out. So Cody says, Jeremy is turning red again. Am I? No, not really. There, that's my Alabama wristband. That's red, kind of like crimson. All right, let's see. Where we at? Oh no, Hulk Jeremy Unleashed. You didn't know? Let me get back up here to see if I can catch some of this. Jeremy, you lack salmon-colored shirts, says Chris Neville. Well, Chris, I will bring back the salmon-colored shirt. Don't you worry. It will happen. Jeremy, have you ever done a G&G group photo? Not a full group photo because there's way too many of us and we're all over the world. We have people in the UK. We have people in Canada. We have people in New York, LA. But we have done larger group photos. You could probably find some of them in our Facebook fan group over. It's called Geeks and Gamers. It's a fan group for Geeks and Gamers. A lot of people fuss at me about that group. I don't run that group. It's not a staff-run group. It is a fan-run group of Geeks and Gamers. And a lot of it's kind of the old guard that we had here prior to YouTube taking off and me kind of being my true self. So there's going to be a lot of conflict within the way that group is kind of operated and built versus a lot of the new personalities that I'm bringing into the fold. So, and a lot of people complain to me about it. And I'm like, it's not my group to run. So I don't go in there and tell these people how to run that group. It was my group for a while, but it is no longer mine. Let's see. Jeremy, I hate your shirt. I want to send you a free new Goddican shirt. Since I'm throwing hate at the shirt, can I have your shirt size? Did this work? Yeah, I mean, my shirt size is large. So, man, why do you hate my polo, man? You hating my polo and my Under Armour? What's up, man? Smash the melee button, says in dub. That's right. Thank you so much. Send EVS a link to the live chat. What do you mean? I mean, this isn't like a Google Hangout. So I can't send him an invite to come on if that's what he's asking, because I didn't set this up as a hangout. So this is just a direct live stream through YouTube, if that's what he's asking. Is that what he's asking? You guys got to let me know. Go Jerify. Okay, yeah, tell him I'm not on a Google Hangout, so I can't. Yeah, I went directly through YouTube on this one. Unless he wants me to end it and bring him on, I can do that too. Tell him I'll end this stream and start it right back up. N-Dub says he just wants your address. I have a P.O. box, so my address is, can't find my address. There's people that think they have my address, but they don't. So Simon enters the battle. Yes, I'm so excited for Smash Bros. Ultimate. I can't wait. All right. Dude, hell's yes, EVS and Jeremy stream. He's either sleeping or eating pie. You live at Disney World, don't you? I don't live at Disney World. I wish I lived at Disney World, but I live about 6 hours from Disney World. So let me see. Give me a minute. I'm looking something up right this second. Damn phone, come on. About... Trying to find something here. All right, let's see. Mega Jetty, have you played the Infamous series? A little bit, but not much. And I did love the free world aspect of those games, but only the first one and only a little bit. And I don't know why, but I actually enjoyed the first one. So he lives under Disney World. I wish, I mean, like I had the opportunity to move to Orlando a few years ago, and I decided that I just decided not to because I do enjoy getting away and going to Disney and Orlando in general. I just love Orlando because I love theme parks. So I love Universal Studios. I love Orlando. I love going down there and just spending time away from home. And I didn't want home to be where I love to get away from home, if that makes sense. So, but... Again, for those of you that are just joining us, Ivan Ortega and myself are going to be going. We're going to Orlando to go to Disney. So we're gonna do a theme park review, and we're gonna get a lot of footage. Ivan's never been, so we're gonna have him wear his GoPro when he rides some of the rides, and then eventually, if that's a success, we're going to cover Universal Studios because Universal Studios is currently in the early development of their Nintendo Land, and they are going to have a Mario Kart themed attraction there, and it's going to be amazing. It's going to be the greatest thing ever. So I can't wait for that. So I hope you all enjoy that. I don't know how many people are going to enjoy it. I don't know how well it's going to do. We'll see how it goes. Obviously, myself and Ivan will be doing some live streaming from Orlando. It's going to be a lot of fun. And then you've got the Harry Potter themed land over at Universal Studios Orlando, same as it's out in California. And so I would love to cover some of that. Mario Kart with a C themed attraction with a K. Take Ivan to a strip club. I've never been to a strip club, and I've explained why. It feels like, I don't know, man. I just giving a chick money to show me some boobs, like it just feels really cheap. I like a little bit of a challenge. So I would rather like work for it, and it feels more rewarding than to me just hand a chick, $20 and say, hey, give me a lap dance. That doesn't feel earned to me. I like to earn it. You know what I'm saying? I like to earn it. So let's see. Gamer Guy 78, forget boobs. Show us your hair. I've shown my hair very many times, but I'm not showing my hair again. I'm letting my hair grow out. And if and when we ever are lucky enough to hit 100,000 subs, I'm going to do a hatless live stream. I'm going to show what my hair looks like because it's very curly. I'm going to let it grow out. It's going to be longer than it's ever been at the point when we hit 100,000, because right now our subs have slowed down a lot compared to where they were in the last several months. So we're averaging like 100 subs a day right now, which is, I'm not complaining, but at that rate, it's going to take a lot longer to get to 100K. Whereas in some days, in a few months back, we were hitting like 1,000 a day. There was a few days where we hit 2,000 in a day. So it's slowing down right now. From what I've been told from some of the other bigger YouTubers that I've become friends with, apparently like July and August are very slow months for YouTube for growth and things like that. So hopefully it'll start picking back up. But once we hit 100K, I am going to, and I'll say this, my hair is starting to straighten a little bit. I'll give you, like, it's starting to straighten a little bit. So I don't know what it's going to look like. I don't know what it's going to look like in a month from now. It could look really effed up. I could totally be like Matthew McConaughey with the long curly hair. I have no idea what the hell this thing's going to look like. It's going to be interesting though. So we all have something to look forward to at 100K. Jeremy, did you just blue ball us? Ivan says it already looks effed up. All right, let me catch back up here. Let's see. Mega Jetty 1, too many superheroes in NYC, my blue Shogun in LA. Yes, Mega Jetty, I still remember you telling me about this, so I definitely going to continue to help you and give you some shout outs on that project you're working on. So just keep me posted. Keep me posted on everything. So when I hit 100K, I'll shave my head then, says Ivan. So Ivan's going to shave his head at 100K. I'm going to do a hatless stream at 100K. So, don't stay forward edge. Don't say your hair is straight. SJWs will be triggered. All right, let me see where we're at here. Swig of water for the working man. Swig of water. Let's see. Mark Oquist says, will you braid your fro? No, I'm not going to braid it. I'm just going to, it's going to be whatever it is. It's going to be whatever it turns out to be. So Jeremy is a saucy lady. Swig of water. Christopher Mills has got it. Swig of water. Gamepad 31, Jeremy, who would be your pick for directing The Last Jedi? Well, if I had it to do now, looking at it all over again, I mean, it's a complicated answer because I don't want. Are you telling me I have to take it from The Force Awakens? Because if I'm taking it from The Force Awakens, then I would just have JJ do all three because we would have the things that paid off in The Force Awakens. I know a lot of you aren't going to like that answer. So, but you got to give me a time frame of like, are we talking about picking up after The Force Awakens, or are we talking about redoing this whole sequel trilogy? If we were redoing the whole sequel trilogy, then I would still have JJ do all three, but they would all be George's story treatments, and George would be the producer on the film. I think that as great as George Lucas is, we all know he's not an actor's director. I think J.J. Abrams is a competent director. And I know a lot of the criticisms of J.J., a lot of people don't think that he has the creative work or the creative thought process to produce something great. Well, we're talking about J.J., who I believe is a competent director who can work with actors and get the most out of actors. But if he's doing it with George Lucas's story and George Lucas is overseeing the project, that's what I would like to see right there. So that would be my choice. So, yeah, after TFA, I would just say let J.J. Abrams finish the trilogy at this point. From Hell's Heart, at what number of subs will you try and grow a beard? I can grow a beard. It looks like at some point, it just looks like peach fuzz, though. Like right now, I'm at that point where it starts looking kind of like it'll still kind of grow out a little more. I don't know if that's how normal beards are. Maybe, I don't know. I've always worked retail. And so I've always had to kind of stay clean shaven. But I don't know. Let's see what happens with my hair since I'm letting it grow out farther than I've ever let it grow out. And then we'll see what happens with the beard in time. I'll consider growing a beard. I think I can grow a beard. I've just never tried. So we'll see. But it's going to take me a lot longer than it takes a normal person. So, you're just not normal, Jer. Well, I definitely am not normal. I'm definitely not normal. I know that much. Retail does suck. Yes, it does. Smash the like button if you don't mind. Melee the smash button if you don't mind. Appreciate you guys joining us at this late hour. Okay, here we go. Edward Coleman. Sorry that I missed your super chat from earlier, man. I got caught up in the chat and I missed this. So let's meet in the middle. Gunn comes back for Guardians of the Galaxy 3. We recast Star-Lord as Dan and Roseanne as Gamora and Doink the Clown as Drax. Oh my God. All right, I got to read that one more time. Let's meet in the middle. Everybody, how do you feel about Edward Coleman's super chat idea? Let's meet in the middle. Gunn comes back for Guardians of the Galaxy 3, but we recast Star-Lord as Dan and Roseanne as Gamora and Doink the Clown as Drax. Boom. I would love to have that. I would love it. Let's see how the SJWs feel about that one. So, I mean, you would be removing like my two favorite characters in Guardians because I do love Zoe Saldana as Gamora, and I love Pratt as Star-Lord. So I would really have no reason to watch this movie at that point. But it would be funny. It would be funny. So Mega Jetty 1, Ivan re-edit a clip of Steve Urkel being clumsy and funny with Jar Jar's head, and one of Jar Jar being clumsy and funny with Urkel's head. You got that one, Ivan? Ivan re-edit a clip of Steve Urkel being clumsy and funny with Jar Jar's head, and one of Jar Jar being clumsy and funny with Urkel's head. As for you, Ivan Ortega. That's pretty funny. I'd like to see that one. I don't know where Ivan's at. Did he disappear? Trebuchet, the SJW. Danny Salter, Roll Tide, Jeremy. Who's going to start at QB, Tua or Jalen? Tua Tagovailoa will be the starter for the Alabama Crimson Tide, and I'll ease off on the sports talk. I just had to answer that one. Join Sports Wars. Join Sports Wars if you want to talk sports. We're going to be doing a lot on Sports Wars this year. Don't worry. Ivan says, I have enough cancer as it is watching The Last Jedi. Oh, man. That's funny. Punch Out behind me. I see you. I see. Who commented that? Where'd it go? John Robinson. John Robinson sees Punch Out behind me. Greatness right there. Greatness. All right. John A says, I'm done with Marvel as far as I'm concerned. It all ended with Thanos killing half the universe. The heroes lost. It's going to be interesting to see what happens. I loved Infinity War. I loved the ending of Infinity War. I was kind of getting bored with Marvel up to that point, but that rejuvenated my excitement for the MCU. But I'm nervous to see where they're going to go, but I loved it. So yes, Punch Out is one of the best. I have still never beat Punch Out. I still haven't beaten Tyson. I can beat everybody else, but I can't beat Tyson. I know it's all this rhythm thing, but it's like I just get so nervous when Mike Tyson's standing there. I just can't do it. I can't do it. I'm like Papa Doc in 8 Mile after Eminem shreds him, man. I just can't do it. I just get too nervous. So just bite the ear. I may be done after Avengers 4, says Melissa Anderson. What's so good about the good guys winning all the time? The sign of Zeta says. Good question. It's a good question. I agree. Jeremy, don't get nervous. Set that aside and focus on beating Tyson. I think it's just because of because I played Punch Out when I was a kid, and I think I'm traumatized from that game as a kid, and I just can't get over it because I was so scared of Mike Tyson as a kid because Mike Tyson at that point in time, I mean, Mike Tyson was unbeatable at that point in time. He was the most feared man in the world. So when I got to Mike Tyson in that game, it was like the scariest thing in the world for me. I can't remember how old I was. I only think I was in my teens at that point. So, so I think I'm just traumatized. So Iron Mike was always an awesome thing to watch. Yep. Taking out Ball Bull was fun. Soda Popinski always made me nervous too. Soda Pop was tough on that game, man. Very tough. Very tough. You need to conquer that fear of Tyson. I know. Maybe one day. Maybe I'll record it. Punch Out on the Wii was fun too. real quick, just to give everybody an update, just because I know the title of, I keep forgetting once we get sidetracked on all these conversations, the title of the video is the James Gunn situation. So it's being reported by Deadline that James Gunn is being, or Marvel is talking to Disney, meaning Kevin Feige is talking to Alan Horn and Bob Iger about potentially bringing James Gunn back to direct Guardians of the Galaxy 3. It is still being reported that this is a very long shot, but in my opinion, this is Disney putting the information out there so they can try to test the public and see what they think. This is what I always say when these stories hit these sites, that this is the companies testing the public to see how they're going to react to it. So we'll see what happens. I still stand by the fact that I think James Gunn should be fired, and so that's it. So let's see here. Boom, boom, boom. All right. Where are we at? Ever played Nude Punch-Out? No, I've never played Nude Punch-Out, Joseph Jones. Never. I thought Tyson was a life coach. Medium Giant says Disney is garbage. EVS talked to Pablo, John Robinson. Really? He hasn't. I haven't taught EVS since the High Council the other night, so I'll be interested to hear more about that. Wow, and Twitter employees are whining about Alex Jones still being on their platform. That's ridiculous. Danny Salter. Yeah, man, this Alex Jones thing is wild. It really is. Kudos to Twitter for doing that. I feel like Twitter had to, because they got caught with their pants down the other day by Candace Owens. So it's almost like they had to because of what happened. So I feel like that was just a PR move for them, because they had gotten in some real trouble. So, yeah, so what's this about EVS talking to Pablo Hidalgo? Does anybody have any more details on that? I'd like to hear more details about that. I definitely want to hear more details on that. So if you have more, let me know. Anthony R., thank you for the super chat again. Anthony R., you've been super supportive during this live stream, and I really appreciate it. I think Kylo and Ben should have been separate characters. Kylo kills Han, and Ben blames Luke and leaves the Jedi to become a rogue gray Jedi. Yeah, see, this is one reason why I really, really enjoyed the Force Awakens, because I felt like Kylo was set up to be a really great character. I was really happy with the potential for Kylo Ren, because yes, he was whiny. Yes, he was a little whiny boy, and that's part of it, man. We've all been through that phase in our life. We all have. And Anakin went through his whiny phase, and he ended up becoming Darth Vader. So I felt like there was a lot of layers to Kylo after The Force Awakens. There was a lot of layers, and there was a lot of places they could go. And while I didn't love the execution of Han's death in the movie, we all knew that was going to happen because Harrison Ford wanted it. And I felt like, okay, if you're going to do this, that's fine. Let's give us a good reason why that happened. And I thought it was necessary to get Kylo where he needed to go in the story. And then as we get into The Last Jedi, Kylo Ren is still the same Kylo Ren. Like, he's still just a whiny little brat. Like, it's just, there was no evolution to this character at all. And I felt like there was huge potential. And then they just, I've said it 100 times that The Last Jedi just screwed everything up. It just pissed me off, man. So, but yeah, back to what you said, Anthony. It would have probably been cool if Kylo and Ben would have been separate characters. Now that we've gotten to where we're at, I think that would have been kind of cool. And then, yeah, Luke leaves the Jedi to become a rogue gray Jedi. That would have been badass. That would have been cool. What might have been, right? I see Super Contra in the background. Super Contra is so awesome. Actually, was that Super? That would have been regular Contra in the background. Because that's my Nintendo playing. So that would have been regular Contra, I believe. AJ Ghost Films, not looking forward to Captain Marvel, Jeremy. I'm not either. I don't think Brie Larson looks good as Captain Marvel. Don't get me wrong, she's an attractive person. I'm not saying that, but I don't see like this almighty superhero. But again, I think we've only seen like behind the scenes pictures of her. So I'm not overly impressed with what I've seen at this point. So Chad Pike, thanks for making my work night easier. Had 80 pounds of donut holes I'm assuming you mean thank you. Well, Chad, thank you. Thank you for joining. Without you guys tuning in and interacting and giving me something to talk about, I'm just some asshole sitting on the internet talking to nobody, looking at a camera, feeling like a jackass. So you all make it awesome. So I appreciate it. I really do. Classic Mario in the back. Yes, that's Mario 3, Super Mario 3, all-time greatness. And now I know some people are like, man, the TV's distracting. Look, when I get to a boring point, at least you can enjoy some awesome Nintendo games in the background, so it's like that's just my backup right there. That's my co-host. The Nintendo game's playing. They're like, all right, Jeremy's talking about sports for, 2 minutes. Let me just watch Nintendo games until he shuts the hell up. So, chat keeps disappearing on me. I'm waiting for it to reappear. I don't know why this happens. There it is. Okay. What if it's all in your head, Jeremy? Hologram nunchuck. I don't know what you mean. What if all in my head? Swig of water, Jeremy. I do need a swig of water. Thank you so much. Swig of water for the working man. Okay. Jason Miller. This is my first ever super chat on YouTube. Amongst some of the shit take mushrooms that gets talked about, there are some valuable life lessons that come from what you say. Much appreciated. That right there makes me so happy. I genuinely appreciate when people say, like, I agree with everything you say and all this stuff. I love hearing that. There's no doubt about it. But I also genuinely love when people are like, dude, you say some dumb shit or some shit that I don't agree with a lot. But you genuinely have good points, and I appreciate that. So what Jason Miller just said, it means a lot to me. I like it when people disagree with me sometimes because I like to be challenged. I like for people to hold me accountable. I can always learn. I'm always going to be able to learn. I'm not perfect, as none of you are perfect. So I make mistakes sometimes. I misread things sometimes. Sometimes my opinion is effed up. Sometimes I don't know what the hell I'm talking about. Sometimes I need more context. And sometimes I do know what the hell I'm talking about. A lot of times that's with football. But, so yeah, I appreciate that, Jason. And the fact that I'm your first super chat, bro, that's awesome. So thank you so much. Anthony R., again, just being amazing, and as is Mega Jetty, and I'm going to get to you in a minute, Mega Jetty. You know how much I appreciate you. Anthony R., I kind of hope that Snoke is alive and he was just trolling Kylo. It would show his true mastery of the dark side to escape death. That's a good point. And I think that, look, I don't care what they say. Rian Johnson didn't think all this through. So anything that happened, like in The Last Jedi, was simply meant to subvert our expectations and troll us, is basically what Rian Johnson's intent was. So anything that happens beyond it, it's going to be hard for me to fully buy into it. That's why I really want episode 9 to be split into 2 parts, because I really want them to fix what happened in The Last Jedi. And I don't think they can do that in a single 2.5 hour movie. I just don't. So anything that happens in this single 2.5 hour movie, I feel like it's going to be convoluted. And if they want to end the trilogy, but they still need to fix all the problems from The Last Jedi, I just don't think that's possible. So hypothetically, if Snoke is alive, number one, that would be cool as hell based on what Anthony just said, is it would show his true mastery of the dark side and the fact that he fooled Kylo. So, but we're in such a bad place right now that I just don't know what's going to get us out of this place. I really don't. It's so frustrating. But again, another good point from Anthony. Swig of water for the working man, yo. Jay says we love Jeremy. Thank you, Jay. Thank you so much. Space Force mission to Uranus. Did you guys see that thing I tweeted earlier? I'd never seen this. So I was a big fan of The Apprentice when Trump did it. He did this Star Wars themed Apprentice skit. Did anybody ever see that? So I retweeted it earlier. It's actually fantastic. So you got to check that out. All right, I'm looking. Trying to catch up here. There's a couple super chats. Okay, Mega Jetty. If I make a Superman story, it's Superman meets myth. Golden Age Superman faces the public, making exaggerated godly tales of him. I think that sounds freaking great. I'm a Golden Age Superman guy. I'm a Christopher Reeve guy, so that's my Superman. And I don't know, maybe my nostalgia will never let that go. And maybe that's one reason I can't appreciate Man of Steel like a lot of people. A lot of people that like Man of Steel, they always talk to me about Man of Steel and like it's a masterpiece, it's great. But a lot of people that say these things are people that always say I was never a big Superman fan until Man of Steel. And that's cool, that's fine. I mean, that doesn't make you wrong or anything. Me, I'm just really tied to the Christopher Reeve Superman. That's what I grew up on. That's what defines Superman for me. Even in A Quest for Peace, I still think Reeve is fantastic. I still think Reeve makes that movie watchable because he's so good as Clark Kent and Superman. He's magic on the screen. He's magic. And I don't know if there's ever going to be an actor that does a better job of portraying a superhero than Christopher Reeve did for Superman for me. So, but that's me with like Man of Steel. I think that's one reason why I just don't appreciate Man of Steel like a lot of others do, because of my reverence for Christopher Reeve's Superman. So that's a good comment though, Mega Jetty. Edward Coleman, if they bring Gunn back, they should do a romantic comedy with OJ called Some Cuts Run Deeper. Sorry, that was too far. Oh, man, that was a rough one, Edward Coleman. That was a rough one. Christopher Plant, thank you for the super chat. I really appreciate that. All right, let's see. I like both Supermen, says Rhaegar Targaryen. And yeah, I'm not saying people that don't. So we have a friend of mine, and he's an occasional writer for geeksandgamers.com. His name is Chris Clow. He does some of our video game reviews, if you've seen on the channel. Chris is the most intelligent Superman fan I know. The man knows comics. He is a wizard when it comes to comics. As a matter of fact, look at this right here. Let me see if I can find it. I mean, Chris is he's a genius when it comes to comics and Superman. Like, okay, like he even looks like Superman. Hang on. Let me find a good picture of him. Like, okay, that's Chris. That's Chris. Like, he even looks like Superman. You know what I'm saying? He knows more about Superman than anybody I've ever met in my life. He loves obviously the Reeve Superman. He loves every comic interpretation of Superman, and he really likes Man of Steel. So, I mean, I know that there's people out there that do like both of them. I definitely know that. Oh snap, it's Clark Kent. Yeah, and he's a good guy. Like, Chris is a really good guy. AJ Ghost Films, Roundhead Donut Boy made it to FFF with us. Oh boy, Roundhead Donut Boy. That's a new one. I haven't heard that one. So is that a new one now? Are we calling Ryan Roundhead Donut Boy? Is that what we're doing now? That's awesome. I haven't heard that one yet. So John Robinson says, leave the basement once in a while. No, he doesn't. Hey man, how do you think I got this tan? Look at that tan. Look at that tan. Wrath of Matt. Jeremy, what's happening with Bryan Singer and Brian Peck? I don't know. Is there anything different? I mean, we all know what's going on. Like, Bryan Singer's got a lot of skeletons in his closet. But is there any new developments I'm not aware of? I'm not familiar with anything that has developed recently. So Anthony R says Admiral Wedge Antilles should have dropped out of hyperspace at the last minute to save the Resistance, and then he says deploy Rogue Squadron. Man, there's so many things. Like, why did and thank you, Anthony, for the super chat. When they showed, and again, I really get aggravated when I see something in a movie in the beginning and I'm like, oh, that's a setup for later. That's a setup for later. And then it happens and I'm like, man, I called it. But why did they show that crashed X-Wing in the water in The Last Jedi? Like, I just knew. I was like, oh my God, he's going to raise the X-Wing. A callback to The Empire Strikes Back. He's going to raise it. You know what I mean? And it's going to be amazing. I mean, Return of the Jedi. And it's going to be amazing. It's going to be a callback to the original trilogy where he raises it out of the water, a la Yoda. And then it would have been amazing. It would have been amazing. But who cares about, like, I don't like the term fan service. So here's a problem. Subverted expectation. Right. So here's the problem. Okay. I'm trying to catch up with all these comments now, because every time I look at the camera and talk, then I have to get right back in here and see what you guys are talking about. Fan service. I don't like when they talk about fan service. Like, fan service, what is fan service to me? Like, whenever they do something that honors the mythology, they claim it's fan service. What do you mean it's fan service? It's honoring the story. That's what it is. Honor the story. It doesn't mean you have to do every single thing, but honor the story. That's what fan service is honoring the story the proper way. And so that's how I look at it. So whenever I hear, like, a lot of people are saying, oh, they're going to go all fan service in episode 9. So you mean they're actually going to do what they should and honor the story? Because that's exactly what that sounds like to me. That's what fan service is. It's doing what's right by the story. That's what fan service is. All right, there's a couple of super chats I got to get to. Infinite Godakin NG, just throwing down now that I can send you a shirt. Thanks, Big J. No problem, man. Thank you. Hey, man, you know, I need to give you, I don't have my P.O. box on me. Let me see if I can find my P.O. box. I think I know it off the top of my head, but I don't want to give the wrong one out. So if you guys want my P.O. box, you can have it. I don't care about that. I've just got to find it, though. I think my team took it down off of our Facebook page, which they should not have, but they probably did. I'll get it later. I'll get it later and give you guys my P.O. box. I don't have it on me right now. I'm not gonna sit here and be silent for 10 minutes while I'm looking through all of my information to find it. But yeah, shirt. Yeah, I'm cool with that. I know a few of you have asked me for the P.O. box. I mean, I don't want to get any freaking anthrax or anything like that. So, are we doing some Flair stuff? Jeremy is a Rolex wearing, limousine riding, kiss stealing son of a gun, riding Space Mountain all night long. Woo! I love the Nature Boy. Missed jet stealing, wheeling dealing. I love me some Flair. Here's the thing about Flair. Flair was in the hospital for like a week on his deathbed. And this cat gets up near death. They had wrote him off, said he was going to die. This cat gets up and cuts a better promo than Roman Reigns can right now. That's a legend right there. Ric Flair is a legit legend. Amazing. Anthrax is a great band. Logan Michael 69, cart with a C. That is all. That's all he said. Literally spent $3 just to say cart with a C. That is dedication that I can appreciate. I may not like how you're spelling cart, but I can appreciate the dedication behind what you're doing. Hugh Jackman's Wolverine is badass. So, okay, let's talk about something real quick. You know how these late nights discussions go. I've updated all of you on the story for the headline of what's going on. We haven't really increased many viewers, so you all know what's going on with James Gunn, Marvel, and Disney. So let's kind of shift this discussion. Definitive superhero performances from actors. Let's name a few names that I think are definitive. Christopher Reeve as Superman. Okay, I think we can all agree on that. Hugh Jackman as Wolverine. I think we can all agree on that. I believe Chris Evans is definitely up there with those guys as his Captain America. Robert Downey Jr. is Iron Man. I think he's clearly there. Nobody's going to play Iron Man at this level again. I believe he's early on to say this, but I believe Jon Bernthal's Punisher is going to be in that conversation. I think Jon Bernthal's Punisher is unbelievable. I think he's awesome. I don't think they could have done better than Jon Bernthal's Punisher. I personally would say Bale is Batman, but I know a lot of people aren't going to feel that way. So I'm trying to find the universal answers. And I know that if I say Bale is Batman, and I love Bale as Batman, and he's my Batman, I don't think he defines the role for everyone like the people I mentioned do for a lot of people. So let's see. I'm reading now. Batman's going to be Bale, hands down. Hey, I'm happy if you guys agree with me on that. I get the sense that a lot of people are going to say Keaton. A lot of people are going to say Adam West. Some people are going to say Affleck, which I still can't understand how people can say Affleck, but whatever. And obviously Kevin Conroy, but that's voice actor. So, let's see. Netflix. Let's see. Where'd it go? I lost it. Freaking hell. Yeah, there you go. Ryan Reynolds is Deadpool. That's one I forgot. Yeah, Reynolds as Deadpool is phenomenal. I mean, it really is. Patrick Stewart as Xavier. Yes, that one's Ledger's Joker. Yeah, definitely. Ledger's Joker. Ledger's Joker is the greatest acting performance I've ever seen, period. I mean, easily. So I love me some Tobey Maguire. Tobey Maguire is still my Spider-Man, but I do think that Tom Holland is awesome as Spider-Man and Peter Parker. Who's the better Joker, though? Ledger or Mark Hamill? It's almost impossible to say because Mark Hamill's done it for so long. Ledger, we have 20, maybe 30 minutes of screen time, and that's it in a 2.5 hour movie. It's almost impossible to compare. I'm gonna say Ledger, though. I've got to say Ledger personally, but I don't think you can really compare the two. It's almost impossible to compare the two for me. A lot of people might say Nicholson. A lot, yeah. I understand that, and I think Nicholson's great. Look, I was around during the Batman '89 days. Batman '89. That was back in the day when people were like buzzing the Batman symbol in the back of their head. It was crazy. It was the biggest thing ever. Mega Jetty, respectfully, Reeve was the Silver Age. Soups from SA onward became too OP. Golden Age Soups was vulnerable to tanks and bazookas. I got you on that. I might have misspoke on that one. My bad, Mega Jetty. I guess when I say Golden Age, it's almost like my Golden Age. Just like when I talk about the Golden Age of wrestling, that's kind of like the mid-'80s boom. I don't know if everybody defines the Golden Age of wrestling as the mid-'80s boom with like Hulk Hogan, Macho Man, and Ultimate Warrior, but that's what I kind of define it as. So if I misspoke on that one, my bad, and thank you for correcting me. Let's see. Anthony R. Nolan should have hired an actual martial arts fighting choreographer for Bale. Grounded in reality doesn't equal you have sucky fight scenes. I'm not sure. You mistyped that last part a little bit, but I know what you're saying. Granted, in reality doesn't equal or doesn't mean that you have sucky fight scenes. So you mean that it should have like better fight scenes if it's grounded in reality. I get that, but I'll tell you right now, like that Batman Bane fight in The Dark Knight Rises, the first one, is one of my favorite fight scenes ever because it's so like it's just so raw and it feels so brutal. And Bane is cutting a damn wrestling promo during it. There's no sound. You can hear every punch. You can feel it. I love that fight scene. One of my favorite fight scenes ever. So I get it, though. The rest of the movie, the fight scenes are really quick jump cuts, and there's not a lot of great scenes in that. So, like, you can go to The Winter Soldier that has amazing fighting in it. Far better than The Dark Knight, Batman Begins, and stuff like that. So I see where you're coming from. But that Batman Bane fight, that fight number one, fight number two fell a little flat, but fight number one is awesome. So awesome. I loved it so much. Best Bane is Tom Hardy. Well, there's not a lot of comparison. I don't even know the guy's name that played Bane in Batman, and was it Robin? Was it Batman and Robin, I think? So Captain America kicking trucks around. Arnold as Freeze. That's the definitive superhero performance. Cody says good night from Texas. Thank you so much for joining us, Cody. I really appreciate it. It's awesome to have you here. Let's see. Sahil, I don't know how to say your last name. I may not have said your first name right. You said The Dark Knight is overrated. No. I'm going to tell you right now, insider information, okay? A lot of people don't know this. Breaking news on the Geeks and Gamers channel at 1:23 a.m. Central Standard Time. I have it on multiple sources. Alex Jones was actually banned from all 4 platforms for saying The Dark Knight is overrated. And if that's true, I support what happened. You have to be banned from all platforms if you say The Dark Knight is overrated. It's just how it is. So I'm sorry, that's just how it is. So if that's why he was banned, then I support him being banned because that is detrimental to society. I'm messing with you, Sahil, but it does pain me when people say The Dark Knight is overrated. It really does. I respect your opinions. I respect where you're coming from. But it really hurts me when people say that because I can't comprehend how it's overrated. Now, overrated doesn't necessarily mean bad. So what I would like for you to clarify, because overrated doesn't mean bad. So do you think The Dark Knight is a bad movie? That's what I would like to know. Do you believe it's a bad movie? That's what I need to know. I'm trying to watch the chat to keep up right now. Not at all. I really like The Dark Knight. Okay, so then we're cool. We're cool because what you're saying with The Dark Knight being overrated is your opinion that so many other people have such a high opinion of it that you just think they kind of overvalue how good it is, but you still like it. I can really appreciate that. What hurts me is when people say The Dark Knight's a bad movie. I can't really understand any of that. Like, so that's where I'm at with it. So we're good. We're good, buddy. We're good. Okay. OJ Martinez. Hey, Jeremy, just sending some super chat love, just working here and enjoying the stream and keep up the great work. Thank you, OJ. That it means a lot that you guys think so much to just send $1, $5 here. That just is cool. You don't have to, you're never obligated to. And I know you don't, and I know you know that, but I just, it's just cool. It's cool, man. It really is. You know, and it means a lot. So Mike Bushnell says The Dark Knight's a bad film, but Mike Bushnell, I don't think Mike Bushnell has ever said a serious comment on our live stream ever. So I don't really mind him saying that. I don't know anything he's ever said that was serious. So, all right, I'm looking. Let's see. I never watched The Dark Knight. Do I get lynched now? How have you never watched The Dark Knight? How? Damn it, too recognizable now. Dark Knight did nothing wrong, says Jay. Where was the helicopter dick scene in The Dark Knight? Oh, man. What's your opinion of eating ass, says Waylon? I'm going to have to leave that one for my personal channel when I do a live stream over there. We can talk more about that. Tyler says 24-hour live stream. Maybe. I doubt it. I got a lot of work to do, so we'll have to see. Christopher Plant, I loved The Dark Knight with a C and a C. Was amazing. Mario Kart with a C, rocks with a KC backwards. That was a damn good super chat, Christopher Plant. I can really appreciate that one. That was good. That was good. That was good. I can respect that. Mega Jetty, the Dark Knight trilogy is a hero's journey like Star Wars. Yep. Dark Knight trilogy is amazing. I love it. I think it's fantastic. I think it's one of the great trilogies of all time. So, you know, all right. Keep streaming until morning when Jeff does Good Morning Pop Culture. Whew. That's going to be a long one right there. Hey, I might, you know, you guys, if you guys keep this going, we can keep it going. So we'll see. We'll see what happens. So, Rorschach Watchman. Yes, Rorschach and Watchman is good. I can't remember the guy's name that played him. He also played Freddy in that Friday or the Nightmare on Elm Street reboot, and it wasn't good. Who's this Jeff guy? Jeff from World Class Bullshitters. He does a Good Morning Pop Culture on the World Class Bullshitters channel every morning, which he actually won't do it tomorrow. Wait, is tomorrow Saturday? No, tomorrow's Friday. Well, technically tomorrow is Saturday, but tomorrow morning is Friday morning. So, all right, let's see. Titties is the best trilogy, says Forward Edge. Let's see. Jeremy's the Energizer Bunny. Never-ending live stream. Only good scene in The Dark Knight Rises was the opening plane heist bit, Medium Giant. Oh, come on, man. Come on. Where's the Elm Street reboot? How did I miss that? Well, was it a reboot? Because I think it was. I thought it was a reboot, that Nightmare on Elm Street movie. Let me see what year that one came out. Give me just a minute and I'll look that up. IMDb. Nightmare on Elm Street. Jackie Earl Haley is the guy's name that played Freddy, and he also played Rorschach. So this was 2010 Nightmare on Elm Street. But I never watched the movie. I saw the previews. I think I watched like the first 10 minutes and I was done. I couldn't do it. So it was so bad. But was that a reboot? It was a remake. Okay, remake. My bad. Remake. Okay, got you. So, all right, let's see here. It was a straight to Walmart bin boot. Jeremy's favorite porn, fan service. All right. Let me get this Waylon person. Like, you're stupid, so you're gone. I don't have the energy to deal with you, so you're gone. Sorry, man. Like, you're just gonna come in here and be no pork wallets, man. You're a pork wallet. Get out of here. I said I would answer you on my personal channel if you want to ask like that type of shit, because I'm not against answering those questions, but this is a Geeks and Gamers channel. I got to keep it within reason, and you're a pork wallet, so you're gone. So, boop, boop, boop. Trying to catch back up now. All right. How are you? What did I miss? Says Escape World Show. Why is he putting time out? I'm good, Escape World Show. Thank you for joining us. Appreciate that. It's good to see you. It's good to have you here. You know, you're always welcome here. So I got this pork wallet that I had to get out of the chat that was annoying me. It's like a little fly, just got to get him out of here. So Jeremy's never-ending pork wallet list. Pork wallet with a C. Oh, wow, Jeremy banning someone, the sign of Zeta. Yeah, I mean, at some point, like, if you're just not going to be someone that's going to be if you can't have a conversation with someone, like I told him, like, I'll answer that on my personal channel, and I want to keep spamming bullshit, you're a pork wallet. You're a pork wallet, and you're gone. Pork wallets are not allowed. Pork wallets are people that can't have a conversation. They don't have any rational thoughts in their head. They're just idiots. They're just pork wallets. So, what's the name of your personal channel? D-Day Cobra. I don't post on there much. Let me give you a link. But that's kind of where I talk about politics and whatever else. And I'll talk about porn over there a lot if you want, which, again, I don't post over there much. So hang on. I'm getting the link right now. Boom. Come on. There's a link to my personal channel right there. D-Day Cobra. All right. Jeremy, how about the new Halloween? Reasons to be excited? I haven't even seen the trailer. Now, again, I tell you guys this all the time. I don't watch trailers unless I'm doing a reaction for this channel, because I don't like watching movie trailers anymore, because they show so much of the movie. Now, there's going to be the occasional time I will watch it, like I did watch the Titans trailer because so many people were hating on it. So I haven't seen it, so I don't really know, because I'm pretty sure there's a trailer out for it, isn't there? Jeremy, have you blocked Cole yet? I don't even know who's Cole. Who's Cole? Who's Cole? I don't see a Cole. I'm looking right now. Somebody named Cole's pissing you guys off, so I don't see someone named Cole. I'm looking, but I don't see him. I don't see anybody named Cole. EBS said tonight he doesn't like the original Halloween and it upset me. How? Wow, really? That's hard to believe. He needs to rewatch it. That's all. He needs to rewatch it. So, okay, there's Mega Jetty. I think I've missed a couple. It says Escape World, back on track now. Thank you for your super chat and your consistent support. Now that the pork wallets are gone, we can get back to business. Mega Jetty 1. To me, Carol Danvers will always be Miss Marvel because of the OG comics. She chose this to distance herself from CM. SJWs say F history. Of course, SJWs don't care about history. They don't care anything about history. All they care about is pushing their ideology. History doesn't matter. Standards don't matter. Nothing matters. But again, even their ideology is not important to them. All they care about is being outraged. That's all they care about. Like, for instance, James Gunn situation. Okay. Can you imagine if Tim Allen, a conservative in Hollywood, can you imagine if Tim Allen would have had those tweets show up from his past? Would the same people defending James Gunn be defending Tim Allen? No, because the same people defending James Gunn don't have any core values. They only defend things based on whichever way the wind is blowing. And so there's just no way. And yes, Tool Time is amazing forward edge. Tool Time is awesome. I love Home Improvement. It's one of the great shows of all time. So, and he made Galaxy Quest, which Galaxy Quest is all-time greatness. I'm offended. All right, I'm trying to catch back up here. Hey, Jeremy, have you been keeping up with the quartering story? The internet is slowly but surely beginning to rally against the psycho SJWs. Yes, I have. I saw Jeremy's video today. I retweeted about it. The Daily Caller and the Daily Wire picked up this story. This is a huge win for all of us. This is a huge win for Jeremy at the quartering. And I'm really happy, man, because what happened to Jeremy at the quartering cannot be tolerated under any circumstance. It can't be tolerated. Gen Con and the way they have reacted to this has been a damn embarrassment. Fucking embarrassment. Pathetic that Gen Con has not even dared to even open their mouths about it until now. Public pressure has forced them, because now Gen Con has made a public statement about it. But it's like, if that would have been a female, or if that would have been someone that fit their social demographic, they would have been all on this immediately. They've been all on their social soapboxes. They would have been preaching to the high heavens about how they're so tolerant. They won't accept any of this. But because it was a straight white male that speaks out against SJWs, they didn't see that it was important enough to even acknowledge it. So fuck them. I don't want to go to their fucking Comic-Con convention bullshit. I don't ever want to go there. Fuck them and their press passes. I don't kiss any of these conventions for press passes. I'm not worried about kissing anybody's ass for press passes. I'll pay fucking money to go to these conventions before I take press passes. Now, we've gotten press passes. We just got press passes for a convention, an anime convention in New York, and that's cool. But I'm not going to kiss any convention's ass to get their press passes. I'll just pay my fucking money and do whatever I want. I'm not going there to follow your rules. And if you're going to allow pieces of shit like this dude that allegedly punched Jeremy, then, and you're not going to say anything about it, you're not going to step up, you're not going to make a public statement until public pressure is finally gotten to you where you're forced to do it, fuck that. Piss off on that. So it really aggravates me, because I know for a fact, and all of you know for a fact, that if this would have been a woman that this happened to, they would have been using this as an opportunity to show their wokeness. You know it would have happened. Every single person in here that has common sense knows that would have happened. They would have been there would have been mainstream media all on this shit. CNN would have been covering it. MSNBC would have been all over it. All of these Young Turks YouTube channels would have been all over it. It would have been all over it. Now, if a woman would have got punched and it would have been an assault in the same situation, you damn right we would be covering it too. Because we'd be like, bro, you can't go hitting people at conventions regardless of what they are, who they are, or what they believe. You can't just go up and punch people. It doesn't matter what they say or believe. You can't do it. You can confront them, you can have a conversation with them, and you can try to argue substance with them, but you can't hit people. So it doesn't matter if an SJW would have got punched by someone that, you know, kind of falls on the side of the arguments that I do, I would have called the person out that hit the SJW. You can't do that. You can't do that shit. But Gen Con, no, they wanted to crawl up in a little corner and hide from the situation because they were scared because they didn't want to acknowledge the reality of the situation. Meanwhile, they were promoting this asshole's booth. After the assault happened, after Jeremy from the Quartering went public with his claims, they were still advertising this dipshit's little booth he had. After the guy had locked his Twitter, like the guy was running, he hid all of his social media and everything. So fuck Gen Con, if that's how they want to act. It pisses me off. All right, rant over. Let me catch back up. I don't know what all. Medium giant Jeremy, what if you get assaulted at Star Wars Celebration? I'm not worried about it. You know, it is what it is. I'm not going to live my life, you know, scared to do what I want to do. Now, full disclosure, I'm not a big convention guy already. I don't really care to go to these big gathering spots, these controlled environments like that. I don't even like going to sports games, and you all know how much I love sports, but I would just rather, I'm a homebody, man. I just want to sit at home, scratch my balls, and watch TV and play video games. I really don't like going out to these public settings, you know, and hanging out and mingling with people and, you know, hey, how are you? My name is Jeremy. That's just not me. But we're going to Celebration, and it's going to be awesome. So it's going to be, I'm not worried about that, though. I'm definitely not worried about that. So, and finger yourself right and say, all right, did I miss any super chats? Oh, Andy, super chat for the working man, hashtag fandom menace. You know what? For the working man, swig of water for the working man. But thank you, Andy. I appreciate that. Cool connoisseur, antisocial. I'm not really a big, like, do you guys remember the scene with Harvey Dent in The Dark Knight? And I've talked about this before. The scene with Harvey Dent in The Dark Knight where he went to Bruce's fundraiser and he was really uncomfortable by being around like all these people. And then Rachel's like, you're taking on the mob and you're worried about these guys. And he's like, compared to the mob, these guys are, you know, terrifying or something like that. It's just a social setting. I'm not a big, like, I'm fine. I can operate in social settings. It's just typically not something that I love doing. I would just rather be at home doing my thing. I'm a homebody. So proper Jeremy denounces all of the rude and offensive language that came out of regular Jeremy's mouth. We do not condone that type of behavior here at Geeks and Gamers. And that's the bottom line because Geek Go said so. Everyone say hello to a cool connoisseur. That is Pat Brumfield. That is the mayor of Oakland. He is the leader of the sports wars community for Geeks and Gamers. He is a great dude. Good people is Pat Brumfield. He's a real good guy. Let's see. When's the next live gaming stream? Which game is going to be featured? Probably, Ryan, and thank you for the question. Probably going to be Battlefront 2 probably, or Mario Kart. It's going to be one of those two. And really it just comes down to time. But one thing I'm going to start doing is we're going to start doing some private game streams. Because look, we don't get a lot of game traction here on the channel. Geeks and Gamers, I know. But when we do live streams, so I'm probably going to be doing like a lot of private playthroughs for our Patreon account. I've been telling you guys that I'm trying my best to get more focused on our Patreon account because a lot of people have been supporting our Patreon account. We've got over 100 patrons now. And I've been so busy with so many things, and I haven't been doing a good job of that. But the wheels are in motion, and our Patreon account is fixing to start picking up. So we're probably going to do a lot of like playthroughs for our patrons and things like that, just privately. I think I can have a lot of fun. So, but we're still going to do something here on the channel too. Don't worry, but just it's all in the works. Thoughts on Roman Reigns? I think Roman Reigns sucks. Look, I'm from Pensacola. He's a Pensacola guy. I liked him in the Shield. He's just not good. He's not good on the mic. He's not great in the ring. He's fine in the ring. He's a decent in-ring performer. Now, I don't watch the current product that much. So I'm judging this from like a couple years ago when I was watching, and I've heard that he has not really improved much. I guess he's still doing the stupid Shield gear. And I like move on from that shit, bro. But I just think he's terrible. I think he sucks, and I don't know why Vince keeps shoving him down the audience's throat. But that's me speaking from a while back. Some things may have changed, but I haven't heard anything changing. All right, let's see here. Rhino4563, hail Senator Jeremy. The Legion will protect the High Council at Star Wars Celebration. Thank you, Rhino4563. Appreciate that. Yeah, I'm not worried about it. I'm really not. I'm not worried about it. I am concerned that at the overall event that there could be something that happens with all of the tension within the fandom. I'm hoping that a lot of that's going to be cured before. But if we're talking about right now, I do have concerns that there could be some situations there, but I'm not worried about myself personally. Not at all. If I was, I wouldn't go because my family's too important for me to go put myself in a dangerous situation. But generally, like everywhere you go, you're typically putting yourself in danger. But I don't think that this is going to be anything out of the ordinary for me. Jeremy, that voice that you did a moment ago was awesome. Instead of proper Jeremy, there is social Jeremy. I don't even remember the voice now. I'll have to rewatch this. I don't even remember it. Cool Connoisseur, I guess the next time in Florida, you won't be attending the Sports Wars VIP night at some club in Orlando. No, I will definitely go to the Sports Wars VIP night. I missed the last one, but I'll definitely go. Yeah, but I'm just talking about these big functions. Like, you know, I've gone to a few conventions, and conventions are cool for a little while, but I don't like being there all day. Let's see. OJ Martinez, rewrite the scene. Conan, what is good in life? Stay home, scratch balls, watch game. Yes, exactly. That's exactly. You know what's up, OJ. Mega Jetty, Infamous. Infamous 1 also inspired Blue Shogun. All looking forward to Blue Shogun and Mega Jetty. I'll continue to give you as much attention as I can as you continue to develop that story. Jono says, good morning from England. Where'd it go? I lost it. Oh, love Geeks and Gamers. Well, thank you, Jono. Appreciate that, man. That means a lot. Chicago's got your back. Escape World Show says FSJWs. Thank you so much. Proper Jeremy prefers Roman over Austin. Cool Connoisseur, I went to San Diego Comic-Con in 07 and 08 before it blew the hell up. It's insanely hard to go now. Yeah, that's what I've heard. So, evening from Canada, Brighton. Thank you for letting us know where you're from, buddy. My new fan of Alpha Dog. Proper Jeremy prefers John Laurinaitis over Stone Cold. People power. You know what? I'll be honest. I really enjoyed John Laurinaitis. I thought he was hilarious. I love the people power movement. I loved like his promos were great. He really did work the crowd. I thought he did a great job. He didn't have that next level heel mentality, but I thought he was really solid for the short period of time that they used him. So 64 versus the Wii. All day, the 64. All day. Psychotic Bear, Jeremy, do you still support Trump the same as day one? I support Trump far more than I did day one. Far more. He's done a great job. Very happy with everything this man's done so far. Now let's get away from that though. Let's get away from the politics. Again, that's something I like to talk about on my personal channel more than this channel. So, Proper Jeremy likes Mario Kart. I don't even have to say with a C because Mario Kart is spelled with a C. Yeah, as far as the Wii goes, I liked the Wii for its time. Like, I'll never forget the first time I went to a family member's house. It was only a few weeks after the Wii came out, and I'd heard all the hype, and I walked in there and they were bowling, and I'm like, oh shit. This is amazing. Like, this is the greatest thing I've ever seen, And I started playing it, and I'm like, this is the greatest thing I've ever seen in my life. And we played it for like a week, and then somebody sat down and just kind of did it without all the motion, and it did the same thing. And I'm like, I feel pretty stupid right now, because I'm all getting like the professional bowler, and I'm just working it, and they just kind of sit down. They're like, poop. I'm like, oh shit, I feel like an idiot. But I mean, the Wii was fun. Wii Sports is a great game. Super Mario Galaxy 1 and 2 were both in that game, or on that system. Smash Bros. Mario Kart Wii was really good. So yeah, it's all right, I'm looking. Yeah, Shadows of the Empire. I have it sitting right over here. SNES versus 64. SNES all day, every day, not even close. Greatest system ever made. Greatest system ever made. Great stream tonight. Can you recommend any Clone Wars tie-in books or comics? So I don't really read a lot of the comics or books, but I can tell you that the Ahsoka novel does a great job of filling in the gap between Clone Wars and Rebels. Now, I don't know how much of that novel is going to it's going to be relevant because it's canon, but I don't know how much of that they're going to die. And I haven't finished the novel, by the way. But if you watch the Clone Wars, when season 5 ends, you're definitely going to want to know more about Ahsoka. No doubt about it. So I would definitely check that out. Reed, son of Dathomir. I'm sure that ties in really well. I haven't read it, but just reading that title, I'm pretty sure that ties into it. So Jeremy, what are your thoughts on Star Wars The Old Republic? I just started playing it again yesterday. Yeah, I said this earlier in the stream. I've played a little bit of The Old Republic and Knights of the Old Republic, just not a ton. And they're amazing, and that era is amazing. I just don't have the time to dedicate to really play those games. I wish I did, but I just don't. But that era is fascinating to me, and I would love for Lucasfilm to explore that a lot more on film, as long as crazy Kathleen Kennedy is no longer in power, which I don't think she is. So, all right. All right, let me see. Mega Jetty, Laurinaitis, Funkhauser from Curb Your Enthusiasm. Laurinaitis is great, man. I really do. Like, when he had that little scooter, people power, and that's, of course, when CM Punk was there, and him and Punk had a really good rivalry. I really enjoyed John Laurinaitis. It's so hard. All Nintendo systems are amassing. How many episodes does Clone Wars have a season? I honestly, I don't. It's like some of the late. I don't know the early. I can't remember the early seasons, but I'm pretty sure like the later seasons are all like 20, 22 episodes. Pretty sure. Rocky Perez, N64 Mini, yay or nay? I believe that we will get an N64 Mini. There's rumors out there. There's no confirmation at this point, but I believe we're going to get an N64 Mini. We'll see. I have no idea. I really hope so, though. Really, I mean, I have an N64 sitting over here, so it's not a big deal, but it's going to be interesting what games they put on the N64 Mini, because games like GoldenEye, I don't know if they still have the rights to put GoldenEye, because that's a rare game. I don't know if they have the rights to do that. That'll be interesting to see how that plays out, or what type of negotiations they'll have to make to get it. CM Punk took some ass whoopings in the UFC. That's an understatement. Like, it was brutal what happened to him. Brutal. KOTOR Remastered is looking so sexy. I played KOTOR a little bit on my Xbox One S, and it kind of upscales it a little bit. I wish I had an Xbox One X, because it really upscales it big time on the One X, apparently. So we'll see. I don't know. Favorite film series of all time except Star Wars? Well, Star Wars is not my favorite film series of all time. My favorite, if you want to talk about series, My favorite film series of all time is Toy Story. Yep. I love Toy Story, man. I can't. It's a perfect trilogy. It's a perfect trilogy. There's nothing wrong with that trilogy. I love it so much. I love Toy Story. I'll be able to watch it to the day I die. As I will Star Wars and The Dark Knight. But Toy Story is just incredible, man. There's not a flaw in those movies. There's not a flaw in those movies. So, thoughts on Toy Story 4? I'm worried about it. I know that they've rewritten the script. I was also worried about Toy Story 3 because of the long layover. I don't. Part of me doesn't want a Toy Story 4 because we've moved on from Andy. So they are rewriting the script, to my knowledge, from what I heard. And so I don't think I'm worried about it. I'm worried because I don't know how much, like, it's perfection. Toy Story 1, 2, 3, they're perfection. So I don't know how they're going to build upon it right now. It's going to be, and they're dedicated to it because they just opened Toy Story Land at Walt Disney World at the studios. So they're dedicated. I mean, it's one of their cash cows. Anthony R says it shouldn't happen. Toy Story was better as a trilogy. I mean, I agree with you right now. I do, but I will say when they announced Toy Story 3, I didn't want Toy Story 3 either because I'm like, it's too far gone. Toy Story 1 and 2 are perfect. We don't need you to do this all these years later. It felt like a cash grab to me. And obviously they nailed it and it was perfect. So the perfect trilogy is Halo's 1 through 3, my dude. I'm not complaining on Halo. I love me some Halo. Home Alone 1 and 2 are great. Yes. Home Alone 1 and 2 are amazing. They are. They're really not, like, if you look at those movies, they're really like, they're cheesy as hell, but that's what they are, man. I watch them every year. I love Home Alone 1 and 2. All right, so 22 episodes per season of the Clone Wars, except season 5 ended with 20 episodes, and season 6 had 13 episodes, and the 13 episodes are the lost episodes, which it feels a little different if you watch that series all the way through and you get to the lost episodes. It definitely feels different because it is different. So it's just not like a natural progression, so to speak. Jingle All the Way is so bad it's good. Love Jingle All the Way. I've never seen Home Alone 3. I've never seen another Home Alone outside of 1 and 2. Macaulay Culkin or we riot. So if you don't give me Macaulay Culkin in a Home Alone, I'm not watching it. Not doing it. So, Mega Jetty, I'd make a Star Wars movie like Wrath of Khan, slow and strategic, as opposed to the fast and flashy with a cat and mouse battle on Nebula. Yeah, I don't know if that would work for Star Wars. I mean, I don't know if you can make that slow and strategic approach to a Star Wars movie like that works for Star Trek, obviously. But I will throw this idea out there to all of you, the 220 people, the lovely souls that are still watching at this late hour. Wait, hang on. I'm going to do it in just a minute. Psychotic Bear, Jeremy, who are your favorite script writers and or directors? Christopher Nolan, all day long. Christopher Nolan. He's easily my favorite director, writer, producer. I love Nolan. So and that's it's not even close. Nolan is so far beyond everyone else. So anyway, what was I going to ask now? It's getting late, so I'm starting to forget now. Oh, and speaking of that, playing off of the thing I just said, Christopher Nolan for Star Trek. How amazing would that be? Like, how good would Christopher Nolan taking a Star Trek trilogy on? How amazing would that be? That would be perfect. After what he pulled off with Interstellar, just how good would that be? That would be amazing. Star Wars for life. Hey, Jeremy from San Diego. You finally made a live stream. I see you commenting on all of the live streams after the fact. So I'm happy that you finally made one. Lovely to see you here in the live stream, and I'm happy you made it. You're one of our biggest supporters, and I appreciate that. Yeah, there you go. Nolan for Star Trek. Now, let's see. Sergeant says Christopher Nolan should do a horror film. He kind of did a mini horror film. Are you guys aware of this? this little mini horror film that he did. Let me pull it up real quick. Let me see if I can find it. Filmography, director, Quay. He did Quay in 2015. Let me see if I can get some of the details on it. So it's off the Quay brothers. It's a short documentary film, reveals the inner workings of the Quay brothers studio. It was a short little film. Not many people heard about it. It was kind of creepy. It was kind of weird. I enjoyed it. So there's a trailer on it. If you type up Quay, which is Quay, Christopher Nolan, you can see like the little trailer for it. It's like stop motion animation. It's kind of weird. It really doesn't feel like a Nolan project at all. So, but that's pretty cool. Horror films is a lost art. I agree, but I will say The Conjuring is fantastic. The Conjuring still scares the fuck out of me. Like it really does. The Conjuring is so good. Memento is awesome. Rocky Perez. Yes, it is. Guillermo del Toro should make a Nightmare on Elm Street film. Del Toro's attached to every movie in production right now. Like he's attached to like 100 films right now, I think. He's attached to so many projects you can't keep up with what he's attached to. It's crazy. It is crazy. Jer should run for mayor of Tennessee against Kane. You have my vote. Dude, Isaac Yankum DDS is the mayor in Tennessee. That's awesome. I love when former professional wrestlers actually get into politics. I think it's great because for me, politics is like professional wrestling. That's how I treat it. So it's really cool. Mega Jetty 1, a returning Clone Wars was better. Better have T2 inspired episodes with R2 and Rex befriending a super battle droid. You know Filoni's going to take care of all that. Filoni's got this. Filoni has this. It's all good. It's all good. Fake Diesel is mayor now. I love it. Fake Diesel. Nolan can do whatever he wants. Maybe a Tupac documentary, East Coast versus West Coast beef. That would be awesome. That would be great. It really would. All right, so guys, it is 2 a.m. I still have work to do, so I'm going to have to bounce. I apologize, but I do have a lot of work to do. So it's not going to be the all-night stream. I know a lot of you wanted it, but I've got to wrap this thing up because I've got work to do. I've still got a video for Sports Wars that I have to record and edit. I still have a video that I have to watch for Anna that she's wanting me to critique for her. And I've got a lot to do. I got hours of work ahead of me, so I've got to check it out. I know. I'm sorry. I hate disappointing all of you. I really do. You know I hate it. You know I can't stand it. So let's see. No, you can't say no. Stephen Walton, have a great night. Jeremy, thank you. I really appreciate it. More entertaining than Campia, says Anthony R. Anthony R, really, I sincerely appreciate the support you've shown. All of the super chat. I want to go through and give everybody on the super chat another shout out for all of the love you give him. Mega Jetty, obviously, you've been great. So tonight, let's see, Landoran 2002 gave a super chat. N-Dub, thank you for your super chat. AJ Ghost Films, thank you for yours. John Solo 2187, The Flexington, Anthony R, N-Dub again, Anthony R again, Wolfman Jack, $20, thank you. AJ Ghost Films again, Mega Jetty 1, Paul McBride, Cal Coniston, Mega Jetty again, Edward Coleman, Mega Jetty again, Anthony R, AJ Ghost Films, Jason Miller, Anthony R, Mega Jetty, Edward Coleman. Let's see, Christopher Plant, AJ Ghost Films, Anthony R, Infinite Gotican NG, Logan Michael, Mega Jetty, Anthony R, OJ Martinez, Mega Jetty, Christopher Plant, Edward Coleman, Escape World Show, Mega Jetty, Andy, Rhino4563, OJ Martinez, Mega Jetty, Professor Geek, Mega Jetty, Star Wars for Life, Mega Jetty. Thank you for the support. All of you, smack that melee button, as Talia Al Ghul is saying right now. Someone said I'd super chat. There, where'd it go? This chat keeps disappearing on me, so give me a minute. I'd super chat, but I have no job. Don't worry about that, John. You being in this chat and you offering support and content for us to talk about and interacting with me is all that matters. Jeremy, who do I give my resume to? If you're talking about for Geeks and Gamers, if you go to geeksandgamers.com, if you're looking to apply for a writing position, it's all volunteer positions. You can apply there. It's in the top right-hand corner. My editors will see it and they will review it and we'll go from there. Let's see. Good night, Jeremy. Completely understand ending the live stream. Thanks for the stream. No problem. And Sahil, I think I'm saying your name right. Again, I'm glad that we came to an understanding on what you were saying on The Dark Knight. I can understand if someone wants to say The Dark Knight's underrated or overrated. It hurts me. I even said underrated. I understand if somebody says The Dark Knight's overrated. I don't understand if somebody says that it's a bad movie. I don't understand that at all. Wally Rays, I'm so sorry. I got to run. I got a lot of work ahead of me. So, Wrath of Matt says, Jeremy, I'm poor. I don't even own a computer. I'm watching on a small mobile phone. No worries. Look, again, I say nobody is obligated to super chat. I promise you, nobody's obligated. But when people super chat, I have to show appreciation because I do genuinely appreciate it. The super chat goes to a lot of things for Geeks and Gamers, and so, but nobody feel you are no better or worse if you super chat. You're all part of this community, part of this stream, part of Geeks and Gamers, and you're all very appreciated. Another interactive stream says Sargent. I appreciate it. Mega Jetty, it's Scranton, Pennsylvania at 3 a.m. Nice. And then Anthony R., are you excited for Star Wars Resistance? Not really. But I'm going to give it a shot because the great Dave Filoni is involved. So I have to be somewhat excited, but on the surface I'm not, but because Filoni's involved, I'm going to give him a chance. Let's see. Love you, Jeremy Knight. Thank you, Elric. Rocky Perez. Jeremy is a regular guy you have a beer with. Thank you. Akuma813, GNG for life. I don't want to get off here. That's why I keep reading all these comments. I don't want to leave. But I have to leave here in a minute. But I'm trying to hang for a few more minutes. Something awesome, spectacular. Good night. He-Man versus Pound Me 2 Hollywood. I don't know what that means, Brian Burst. Or Burst. I don't know what that means. Do you think the new Clone Wars will show Order 66? I think so. At least you're staying hydrated. I'm drinking whiskey. Well, I don't drink alcohol. So if anybody ever wants to take me out for a beer, it's got to be a Dr. Pepper or a Yoo-Hoo because I don't drink beer. I've never had a sip of alcohol in my life. So, Jackie Redman, hi. So what's going on? Are you and Alex good? Alex who? If you're talking about Alex for Star Wars Explained, yeah, we're good. We got all that behind us. So all that's behind us now. Yoo-Hoo and vodka. You drank more water in this stream than I have in the last week. Oh man. Let me see. Where'd it go? Wow, awesome dial-up connection. Swig of water for the working man. I forgot to say it. Swig of water for the working man. Let me see. Yellow Brick Rabbit. Hey, Jeremy, can't watch the stream often here in Netherlands. Wanted to say thank you because you convinced me to start my own channel and stop being silent about the stuff going on with the media. Well, thank you, Yellow Brick Rabbit. I appreciate that. I appreciate the fact that you tune in from the Netherlands. And yeah, if there's anything I can, inspire anybody to do in terms of what I went through, again, I've always been the guy that you see on this channel in terms of personally and privately, but publicly, with Geeks and Gamers, I didn't want to speak out against a lot of this stuff because these SJWs will brand you. They will brand you a racist. They will brand you a sexist. They will call you all types of names. And that does reflect on your public life. That reflects on your family. And, it's a decision you have to make. And so for several years at Geeks and Gamers, I was not willing to I was very opinionated and I did let my thoughts be known. But I held back a lot. Because I just didn't want to be branded a racist and a sexist by these crazy fucking people. But eventually enough's enough. And you just have to just tell it like it is. And again, being a Trump supporter, I didn't want that to get out. I didn't want people to know the guy that ran Geeks and Gamers is a Trump supporter because I knew what they would do to that. But fuck them. I got to a point where I was like, fuck them. They can kiss my ass. And if they want to try to weaponize my opinion on politics against me, then I'm just going to take it and shove it up their ass. I don't care anymore. The racist and the sexist bullshit, it means nothing anymore because these SJWs have ruined those terms. They don't carry any weight. They apply it to anybody that disagrees with them. And I got to a point where I wasn't going to let them intimidate me anymore. I wasn't going to be intimidated by what you were going to label me. I wasn't going to do it. And trust me, I've been labeled a racist and a sexist consistently by these crazy motherfuckers on all of these different places. You can find it. You can look. I hate women. I hate minorities. I'm a right-wing racist nut job. I'm an alt-righter. I've heard it all. I've been compared to Alex Jones and all these other people that they try to demonize. You've got to make a decision. I'm not saying you have to do this, but you have to understand what you're getting involved in if you're going to speak out, because they will brand you. They will brand you. So again, here I am. I'm still on the stream. Let's see. Mega Jetty 1. If in the area, I treat you to pizza by Papa's. Okay, I'm a sucker for pizza. So if you're promising pizza, I'm on my way. I'm literally going to end the stream and I'm heading to Scranton, Pennsylvania right now. And I am I'm heading there for pizza. All right, let's see. You throwing poor Alex under the bus. How am I throwing Alex under the bus? I just said we're good. Like, we're good. I made a public statement and everything. Like, if you're talking about Alex from Star Wars Explained, yeah, we're good. I've wished him nothing but the best. I wish his channel nothing but the best. I think Alex does great. He provides great content. He does a lot of research on his stuff. And I've learned a lot from Star Wars Explained over the years. So yeah, we might have had a little hiccup back then. We're good. It's all over. There's nothing else to talk about. He's doing his thing. I'm doing mine, and we're all good. Scranton, what? The Electric City? YouTubers that you follow the most? I mean, I don't really, not anymore because I'm so buried in YouTube now. But if you want to know who I kind of follow, I'll pull up my sub list for Geeks and Gamers because I run everything through Geeks and Gamers now. So some of the channels I'm subscribed to, obviously World Class Bullshitters, PewDiePie, The Quartering, Sports Wars, yours truly is appearing over there, Ethan Van Sciver, Alex Becker, ESPN, Sargon. The reason I'm subscribed to Sargon is that was recent because he reached out to me wanting me to come on his podcast. So I just wanted to check out some of his content and everything like that. So I'm assuming I will be appearing on Sargon's channel or his podcast at some point in time. I just have to talk to him. Doomcock, MKBHD, Mindless Entertainment, That Star Wars Girl, SC Reviews, John Talks Star Wars, Odin's Movie Blog, Ivan Ortega, Beyond the Trailer. Who else is this? Star Wars Theory, Jeremy Johns, IGN, Game Explain. Who is that? I got to click on them. I don't know who that one is. So, oh, that's Hey Viv. Yeah, Hey Viv. And there's a bunch more. I'm not going to read them all, but I love the Rubin Report. A big fan of that channel. PewDiePie is probably my favorite YouTuber at this point. I love PewDiePie. I love him. PewDiePie's great. So I just Mike Zero. I'm subscribed to Mike Zero. I like Mike Zero. I think he provides good content. I find him entertaining. I think that when people get so worked up over YouTube content, like, I believe individuals should make up their own minds. We're not responsible. Like, I don't feel as a content creator, it's my responsibility to think for you. It's my responsibility to provide my opinion, and it's your responsibility to make up your own opinion of my opinion. And that's how it should work. And if you take my opinion and think something and do something based off that, that's you are responsible for you as an individual. I'm not responsible for what you do based off what I say. I just don't feel like that. I feel like individuals need to be held responsible for their actions, period. That's it. Do you watch Tree of Logic? I don't know if I've seen Tree of Logic. It's not ringing a bell at the moment. I'm also it's Outside Xbox is a great channel that I watch for gaming. Outside Xbox is an awesome channel. So Humphrey Bear says 10 more minutes. You know, I might as well. I might as well hang for 10 more minutes. I keep trying to get off here, but let's see. Psychotic Bear, Jeremy, you explained PewDiePie last stream. I agree. He's a bit different from the mainstream. Pewds is the man, dude. He really is. I love the guy. And it's so funny because I was such a non-fan of him for so long. And now I'm such a huge fan. I love him. Jeremy Johns, the other awesome Jeremy. Yeah, I will. It was pretty cool when Jeremy Johns, I made a video talking about Jeremy Johns calling out Kathleen Kennedy. He commented on the video. It was pretty cool because I've been watching Jeremy Johns for a long time. Then he super chatted me, $50 just to congratulate me on. No, actually, I said something about not being complacent with success, and he liked it, and he sent me $50 super chat. And then he followed me on Twitter, and then we talked on Twitter on private message for a little while, and then he got rid of his Twitter because I think he was getting – I don't know. I'm not going to speculate why he got rid of his Twitter. It was probably a good move because Twitter will drag you down. But, you know, it was pretty cool that Jeremy Johns reached out. It's pretty cool that Star Wars Theory and I have become friends. It's pretty cool that Alex Becker is so complimentary. It's pretty cool that I'm friends with Ethan Van Sciver now and Jeff from World Class Bullshitters and all the other great content creators. People I've gotten to meet, Anna and Jesse and Ivan. It's awesome. Bree3 says, oh my God, you're still going. I can't get off. I keep trying to end it, but I love all of you too much. I'm trying to end it because I still have a lot of work to do. Let's see. Thor Skywalker. I've watched a few of his videos and I like his channel. I haven't watched a ton of his content, but the little bit I've seen, I definitely enjoyed. I think he's got a really good channel. All right. I am going to wrap this up pretty soon. Yes, I saw some people asking about Spider-Man for PS4. What are we, about a month away now? I'm definitely excited for that. Jeremy, you want a topless stream? Look, I'm trying to keep viewers, not run them off. Okay? Trying to keep viewers. Do you think the other Star Wars YouTubers agree with you on Lucasfilm? I mean, there's some that do and there's some that clearly don't. And I'm fine with the ones that don't agree with me. I'm fine with the ones that really don't like me for some reason. I don't have anything against them. I wish them all the best. Again, a lot of these guys I've watched for a long time. And does it upset me that they are so angry with me? Not really. It's a little disappointing because, like I said, I've been a fan of a lot of these channels for a long time, but it doesn't bother me. It's all good. Like, I get it. I just wish that we could all understand, like, I get it. There's a difference of opinion. And they see things one way and I see things another way. And nobody's necessarily right or wrong in the big scheme of things. I'm right as far as I'm concerned, and they're right as far as they're concerned. And there are things going on at Lucasfilm that need to be called out, and I will call them out. And I say these things as a massive Disney fan. I love Walt Disney World. I'm never going to stop saying it. I love it. I've always loved it, and I'm always going to love it. I'm not going to let what Lucasfilm is doing affect my love of that theme park. I genuinely love it. I'm a fan of Disney. I like most of their content. I'm not blind to what they produce. So if they produce shit, I'm going to say it's shit. But I'm still a fan at the end of the day. So sometimes I may have fanboy glasses on, and that's fine. I can admit that. There's nothing wrong with admitting that. We all go into things biased. We all look at things differently, and we all have a different reason for having these opinions. So I think that what we should do as YouTubers is try to start having some common ground and try to create some dialogue, because YouTube doesn't need to be a war zone. The mainstream media is already going after YouTubers. The mainstream media is constantly trying to discredit YouTubers. So we don't need to discredit each other as YouTubers. We have to have respect for each other. We have to have common respect. We have to figure out a middle ground, because the mainstream doesn't want us to succeed because they don't control us. So as long as we are infighting with each other, that's giving the mainstream what they want. The mainstream is dying. The mainstream media is dying every day. And when something is dying, it becomes desperate. So the mainstream is becoming desperate right now. They cannot compete with YouTubers because YouTubers aren't controlled, and they are. Everything the mainstream says is controlled. It's pre-written, and there's this culture that doesn't allow them to think for themselves. We don't have that problem on YouTube. We're all individuals and we make up our own minds. So all I'm saying is to all the YouTubers out there that think that I'm their enemy, I'm not. I'm your ally because I wish you and your channel nothing but the best, even if you hate my guts, even if you've taken shots at me, even if in the past I've responded in the wrong way. When you have a YouTube channel that goes and gains like 20,000 subs in like a few months, it's a little overwhelming. And there were a few instances that I handled wrong when they came up. That's part of growing. That's part of becoming better at what you're doing. I know a lot of people are going to always hold me accountable for all of the things I did, the way I handled some of those situations in the past and how I reacted. And that's fine. Those are people that don't understand that people grow, people change, people, learn from the error of their ways. And so some of the ways I handled some of the past YouTube controversies, I did it and I own it and it happened and I've learned from it. And now as someone that is hopefully heading towards the 100,000 goal and by the end of the year, hopefully, I take that seriously and I take the following we have seriously. And I know people listen to what I say and they, you guys take what I say seriously and I take that seriously. And I have to think about that. When I first started doing this, I was just talking, like I was just letting it fly and I'm still letting it fly. But when I'm letting it fly, I'm also thinking about the impact that I could be having on what Lucasfilm could potentially be doing. And I'm not saying I do have an impact, but there's potential that we could. And I want those words to mean something. And so anyway, oh my goodness. I just keep going because you're all just keep dragging me in. All right. There's super chats. Let's see. David K, please do the intro, but modified as an outro. That's a good one. When I end this, I'm going to do the intro as an outro. I got you, David K. I got you. Edward Coleman, thank you for not being fake like Campia. Again, I don't want to take shots at other YouTubers. I've said in the past, I've always been a fan of John Campia, and I still, I'm not gonna change the fact that John Campia had a lot to do with inspiring me to create, a lot of what we've done here on Geeks and Gamers. Not necessarily what we've done in this past year, but just the creation of it. And I really like John Campia through his AMC days, through the early days of Collider Movie Talk, and nothing's gonna change that. Yeah, he and I had a little dust up on Twitter. I don't really appreciate what he said. I don't appreciate how he painted me on Twitter. And I also don't appreciate the fact that he doesn't even acknowledge my existence. Like, he acts like he doesn't know who I am. But with that said, I still occasionally watch John Campia's videos. I still think John does have some good points among some points that I don't really think are good points. But he can do his thing. I've always liked him. I'm not going to let a few little dust-ups between he and I change that. The fact that I've always had respect for him. But it's kind of hard to really, it's kind of hard for me to watch him now like I used to. That's all I'll say. So keep going full Saban. I wonder if that's how I think this is where I get it from. I think I get this from Nick Saban. I really do. This is exactly how Nick Saban operates too. Jeremy, are you really Bob Ross? Is your cap the skies? Well, we shall see. At 100K, you'll find out. Hatless Jeremy. All right, let me see. Mega Jetty 1. Thor is Anakin's father, hence chosen one. LOL. Jeremy gets a perm. No, Jeremy doesn't need a perm. Trust me on that. I don't need a perm because my hair is curly enough as it is. But I'm wondering if it's going to start straightening. Is it going to start straightening? Whoa, a little peak, but that's all you're getting. It's all you're getting. Diamond Rattler still live, Jeremy. Holy shit. Manning is better than Brady in the regular season, and you know it. Diamond Rattler has now been banned from the Geeks and Gamers live stream. along with this is why Alex Jones, much like Alex Jones was banned for his Dark Knight hate speech, he was also banned for saying Manning is better than Brady in the regular season. And I think that's a justified reason right there. All right. So I am going to I gotta stop. I've got so much work ahead of me. So I'm gonna go. Oh my gosh. All right. So for David K, he says, please do the intro, but modify it as an outro. So I don't think how I'm going to do this. So what's up, geeks and gamers? It's Jeremy leaving with another outro. And today I'm going to click end stream, but I love all of you. And I hope you all have a great night. And I sincerely appreciate everything that you guys have done for me tonight and just done for me in the last, several months. You've just all been awesome. So with that said, you guys have a great night. It's Jeremy leaving with another video. And today I'm hitting end stream. Good night. Love you all.